Okay guys, so this is week 7 and November 2, and we had some slight flurries in Greater Toronto area. That was your free weather report. Let's get back to understanding what we were doing. So here, last class we installed vCenter 6.5, and let me create that with diagrams here, and let me just show you the lab itself. So you can see first thing here is that I have started only 2 machines. Why? Because last class we only had 2 machines started here. So my Vsphere does not launch. Yeah, this is the problem that does come. There's a picture in WhatsApp that I'm talking about. Test channel has shared that. So yeah, I'm coming there. If it's not starting, then what we need to do, that's gonna come to many of us now. So yeah, but first thing is that in the first machine, let me just get everyone up to date first of all, and then we're gonna start the vCenter and how many ways we can start the vCenter. We're gonna talk about all that. So we have just started 2 machines there. We have a total of 4 machines there, right? What happens here is, or what has happened here, you know what, instead of creating that diagram, let me just get back to the initial diagram here. So we have server 1, 2, and Esxi1, Esxi2, and now we have vCenter for Windows installed on server 2, while we also configured the Software SAN on server 1. But we haven't connected the Software SAN with any of our hypervisors. So when we come to that, we're going to talk about this as well. But what we did in the configuration of Software SAN last time, we created 3 disks there, and we then configured each, we formatted each disk, then we converted each disk to iSCSI disks. So the server side, the SAN side of the configuration is done. But when we go ahead, obviously we're going to understand that why we did configure that iSCSI SAN. So when we are about to attach, I'm going to explain the whole scenario again, because it's been 1 week and we may have forgotten a majority of it. Right now where we have 2 machines started, server 1, server 2, and server 1, it's offering us infrastructure roles, so obviously this must stay up. Second thing is vCenter for Windows we installed. What is vCenter? It is the central enterprise grade application that controls the whole VMware virtualization environment. It controls, the vCenter controls the 2 hypervisors, or maybe if in a bigger organization you have 200 hypervisors, then it's going to control that. It controls all the hypervisors, the virtual machines, and the storage of the, you know, all the hypervisors and virtual machines, and networking and security and inventory. So that's I actually, and so centrally that software is very critical. And second thing, this exam of VCP 6.5 Professional actually requires the vCenter for Windows. You know, we need to know about the vCenter for Windows in this exam. So now this application is installed. Hopefully by majority of us it is installed. So second thing is that what to do after we have successfully deployed vCenter for Windows. Now immediate next steps will be that can we log into this vCenter for Windows. So those of you who have shut down the machines and started it, suppose you just started now, like 5 minutes ago, or you now realize, oh, I should start server 2, and you are starting now. So in that case, what will happen is vCenter for Windows has its services that take a lot of time. vCenter for Windows take a lot of time, right, for the services to start. So many of you will not be able to log into vCenter if you have just started now, or if sometimes it takes even 10 minutes for all the services to start with the amount of RAM we have, and sometimes even it takes 15 minutes, and depends on our machine speed. Our machines have limited hardware, so you will see firsthand that how heavy or big application like vCenter, VMware vCenter, treats our limited hardware. It's if you're unable to log in from vCenter, it's a lot of patience that will be required to really wait for it. I have started my machine now. The thing is, I last time suspended my machine. I did not shut down my machine. What's the difference? If you shut down the machine, all services, background services of vCenter will have to, it will take time to start. If you suspend the machine, it will freeze all the services. The services will be working, but frozen. When it's frozen, so they will not be shut down in that case. So when I unsuspend the machine, when I resume the machine again today, so those frozen services are unfrozen, which means they are just working fine as I left them last time. So they don't have to be started in the background if I suspend and unsuspend the machine, right? So in that case, you don't have to wait 10 minutes or 15 minutes for the vCenter to start. Background vCenter services to start. So this is something that we need to understand, and you're going to see firsthand that how annoying that gets when you had to restart server 2, and then with limited hardware you have to wait for the background services to work. Otherwise, well, there is no choice. You have to just be patient. So server 2 is started, server 1 is started. Hopefully by the majority, server 1 and 2 both are started. That's one thing. Second thing, we're going to try to log in. So log in from vCenter with 2 web clients. vCenter with 2 web clients. What are the 2 web clients? So there is HTML based. So obviously the first one is it's that Adobe Flash based. So Flash based client, and then the other one is HTML based client. So what are these 2? Okay, first of all, these 2 both can be opened by the browser, right? And I'm going to show you now. Obviously both can be opened inside the browser. Which browser? Obviously all the browsers. Internet Explorer, which should not be used now, it's discontinued by Microsoft, it's insecure. So Microsoft Edge browser, you can open the 2 clients, Google Chrome and Firefox, or any other browser that you know of, you can just open it from that too. So we're gonna go back there. Now our preferred browser to work on for the entire course will be Chrome. So we must have Google Chrome installed here in server 2. So Google Chrome is our browser of choice, and if you want to work on Edge browser, Microsoft Edge browser, you can. It's just that it's a bit more annoying than Google Chrome in terms of deploying extensions there. Okay, so let's go ahead and first of all try to log in from vCenter 2 ways, and there's a URL for both types. So what are the URL for Flash based, and what is the URL for that HTML based? So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to write that here. So log in from vCenter. So I'm just gonna type here lab, and then log in from vCenter with 2 types of clients. And we talked about 2 types of clients, Flash based. Now let me just give you that detail of Flash based client, how to log in. So Flash based client, the URL, you need to understand that it could come in the in your midterm quiz. https:// your server name. What is your server name here in our environment? Our server name here is, in my case, your first name serve2 dot your first name humber.local. Okay, so that's the full FQDN for that. If I go back here, so understand this, your first name serve2 dot your domain name Humber, your first name Humber, I think. Seriously. Okay, yeah, your first name Humber dot your first name Humber dot local slash vsphere dash client, right? Vsphere dash client. So this is how you can log into the Flash-based client. Flash-based client is what? It has we must have Adobe Flash Player installed and allowed to work. You know, it should not be blocked. Must not be blocked. You can see that what I mean. And then HTML-based clients, client URL. We need to know the URLs there. And HTML-based client URL is, if I go for that, URL. URL, and it's just a small case UI. So that's the URL of HTML base. Now HTML, that is also called HTML5 based. Well, why there are two types? What is the difference between the two types here? The difference between the two types of clients is that yeah, so Oren says we leave it here at VMware. Yeah, so we're gonna leave it at this stage, the lab, because I want you to understand first what's going on and what are we about to do. And so I'm also here, right? So this is where we were, but if you have clicked that launch vSphere web client already, this button, I'm about to click that, but let me just tell you what's going to happen and what are we doing here. So
hello, Amir.
yeah.
Last class, unfortunately, I already told you, I clicked the finish button. And
Oh, that's too late now. So
so,
that's, you know, I know click, you know click, so you didn't follow that, right? No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna tell you now what to do. So you just have to wait. Suppose many of us, you know, click finish. It's okay. It doesn't matter, right? So I'm gonna tell you what to do now. But let me explain what I'm trying to explain here. But you will be okay. Don't worry. So here, yeah, guys, you need to understand that, and for the job, obviously, you need to understand that as well. Lots of questions coming about the clients as well. So we must have Adobe Flash Player here installed. This is a simple light client, browser-based client, right? Simple light client, which does not require Adobe Flash Player. The only difference is this: the above one requires Adobe Flash Player, the below one does not require Adobe Flash Player. So what's the big deal with not requiring Adobe Flash Player? Because this is the pain in the neck. You know the way I said that, so now you can see that. It's, well, you're gonna see that because we're about to do this. So Flash-based client has some issues. Suppose the Flash Player does not load, you will have to connect to internet and install this client, and then this will load. The another big thing about that, all the latest features of vCenter work in Flash-based client, while here in HTML-based clients, all the latest features still are not available. Not all latest features are available in this client, but they are improving they've improved a lot in 6.7 and then 7.0 now. So they have done a lot of improvement. So Seth says, isn't Flash Player end of life is be by the end of this year? Yes. So Flash Player is gone pretty much in 7.0 version, which is the latest version. We are on 6.5, but you're gonna see why they are ending that and they're getting rid of it. some of the students in previous course, they still try to, no, we're going to log in from this link, right? And this link as well. And the thing is, some students decided that, hey, we're going to go with HTML5 based client with the rest of the labs. Now, I don't suggest that to do, but if you want to do it, go ahead. The thing is, all the labs we're going to do inside Flash based client, because all the advanced features are there in the Flash based client, right? In the HTML5 based client, it's still not complete in 6.5, so that's why maybe some of the advanced features that we're covering here in Flash based client, you might not see that there in HTML5 based clients. Many of the features are there, but some of the features maybe are not there. So my suggestion, use this throughout the course, but you should know that how this opens, how does it look like, right? Now that said, let's try to go to this URL in one tab and this URL in the other tab, right? And we have given enough time. I hope everyone has started the server 2, which has the vCenter now way back. And my suggestion is, in next classes, please start the server 2 15 minutes before the class, right? So you won't have disappointment of, hey, it's not starting or it's taking time. Okay, anyway. Well, now I'm going to go back to the lab here, right? So we left the lab here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that Launch Vsphere Web Client button here. It says also one more thing here, that first of all, it's for 60 days trial version. Second thing, it says administrator at vsphere.local is the top account with which you can log in from vCenter. So that's our first mission, is to reach the login screen, and my sincere good luck to you. Oh, okay, just kidding. Yeah, let's click that Launch Vsphere Web Client. Once I click that, there you go. The first, the first bottleneck, we can say, that I cannot click anything here. Woo, yay. Okay, so that's what DS LUNs was also showing. So it can happen to everyone. It's okay. It doesn't matter. That's why I showed you the 2 URLs, that we can just put directly those URLs with correct spellings, and yes, you will be able to log in. So here I can't do anything. I'm going to click away from here, anywhere else. And second thing is, do we have Google Chrome installed in server 2? So I'm going to check it out. So guys, since this doesn't open, so we're okay. We can click finish here. We don't need that anymore. So I'm going to click finish here now, right? I'm going to click finish here now. Fishing, no, it's finished. So I'm just going to minimize this Server Manager to check if the Google Cloud Chrome is there. Chrome is not there, seriously. So in that case, we need to deploy Chrome. How do we deploy Chrome? So what we need to do is, we need internet connection. And for that, we can go to, oh, there's a standalone version. Safe is saying that we can deploy from this link. But for that, we need internet connection, right? So in this machine, or you can download from on your laptop what the offline installer. Thank you, Seth, for sharing that. You can download that and copy it inside, and you'll be good as well. So I'm going to show you the way where, if you are having issues with clicking that link and downloading it and then copying it there, you can go ahead and click that link that Seth provided in WebEx and download it and copy it inside this desktop area. While others, some people actually have issues with downloading and where it is and then copying. Oh, it is not copying. So in that case, in order to avoid all that, I'm just gonna also show you that what is the other way. So how to enable internet, that's the first thing here. Right click on this server 2 and click the settings, right? Right click on server 2 and click the settings. And we need to check out, do we have 2 network cards or do we have 1 network adapter? So I have 1 network adapter, which is on VMware 15. That means I don't have internet here. I don't need to change that. This is having my local IP addresses, which is okay. So I'm going to go ahead down to the add button. I'm going to click one more network adapter. I'm going to add one more network adapter and attach it to NAT, or network address translation. So I'm just going to click that add button here. And where's the network adapter? Hard disk, CD-ROM, floppy drive, network adapter. This 4th one here. Okay. So I'll select that. Please give me one more network adapter because I need to connect to internet with the help of this second network adapter. So I'll click that and click finito. Right? I'll click finito. And now I have two network adapters, the second one's purpose. So as long as we need that, we're okay. When we don't need internet connection, we're going to just simply disable it from within Windows when we don't need internet, right? So we need internet now. So if we have added this, let's press O and K, right? Okay, the second network adapter is added or being added right now. And well, this yellow mark should be gone. It's gone now. Yellow triangle should be gone, so it's gone down here. This means it has internet connection, but we're not gonna just rely on that. We're just gonna click the E and look if the internet is actually coming, and see if who's winning, Biden or Trump. Oh. So internet is, make sure that internet is here. Actually, you know what? We actually need to open this because we need to install Chrome, right? But SAF's way is better. So those who do understand that, then you guys, okay, there you go. So now I'm just gonna type here Chrome. I'll search, in the search I'm just gonna type here download Chrome. I'm just gonna search in the download Chrome and just simply download Chrome, right? Hopefully nobody has issues with that, how to do this. So just go ahead and download Chrome. Download now. I'm gonna click that. And I'm gonna click again. Serious. And if it's not opening, I'm gonna go to the top right and go to this edit and go to, oh, I don't have internet connection. Seriously. Internet options here, security, trusted sites, security, trusted sites, and click sites. Oh, so I'll just add whatever site is coming here, but okay, yeah, so this means I don't have internet, or my internet is so slow. Just refresh that. Serious.
Mine is so slow, Amir, so okay.
Well, SAF's way is better. It's super slow. Oh, it's for everyone, it's slow. So SAF's way is better. Then how do we go for SAF's way? So we can just simply click that. Let me just show you that. I hope everyone's able to see this on my screen, the chat, right? And I'm going to click this link that SAF has provided, and it opens this. So just download it in your browser, in your laptop, and then copy that file inside your server 2, right? Download it in your laptop and copy it inside your server 2 virtual machine. So I'm just gonna click download. I hope it's not a big issue, because normally it's a very simple thing to do, but I get a lot of requests that, oh, how did you do that, or it's not happening. So it's a download and copy, right? I just select the downloads on the left side, and what is the file name? Chrome standalone setup64.exe, right? So I'm downloading it in the downloads folder in my laptop. Save, and yes, I already have it, but I'm just gonna save it. Just copy it from there to server 2, right? So how to copy? Don't double click here. Just click the arrow button and show in folder, right? I need to go into the folder, right click it, copy it, and paste it inside my server 2. So show in folder, it opens a folder for me, and there it is. And I'm going to do what? Right click it, go to copy, right? And go to my remote machine. Actually, where do I copy? Paste it. I can just open the yellow folder or file explorer inside my machine, wherever I want to paste. Maybe downloads folder here. See this download folder? Right click, and there you go. I cannot paste. Oh, okay. Oh, power outage. Yep, it's honest ouch. Copy. Very lucky. How is this lucky? So yeah, it's not pasting, but so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to paste it on my desktop under my report server. Once it is copied here, then from there I'll just paste it inside the machine. So slow. But we haven't seen slow yet. Once we have to deal with vCenter, then you're going to know firsthand what slow means. Server 2, downloads folder and right click, and there's a paste button. Yeah. And it's finally installed. Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you. Really, I don't know. Where are you? What are you doing?
That's why I went for the first way, where we just, you know.
I downloaded and I lose the link. So just go a little slow till we reach to you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Little slow, no problem. So I downloaded it here. Okay, not that slow. Yeah. So Orang, you can just click this link in if you download it in Chrome. So are you inside the show in folder? Everyone, I can show you that again. So when I download it, so I downloaded from Chrome in my laptop, and it's after that I need to see where it downloaded. Normally it's in the downloads folder. So just open your either click this, see this, click this and show in folder, right? Like this. So hopefully you're able to do that. Anyone who's following the step and can tell me also yes, this means that you're there on the mic as well. Or I'm just gonna go ahead now and copy that. So how to copy? Right click on that and copy, right? So where are you there in the folder? Yes or no? If you want to come on mic, you can do that too. Copy. Once we copy, where do we paste it? Where? So we go to our VMware workstation, this one. And in the VMware workstation, which machine? The server 2, right? Once you open server 2, you can see the inside of it. You can just minimize everything here. Just paste it on the desktop. Like this. Paste. Like this, right? You're good, right? Okay, Edis is good, Tunda is good. Orange?
I've been able to download it from server 2. The site worked at last.
Oh, so it's working. That's very good.
Yes, so I've downloaded it directly and I'm installing now.
Okay, so it's just a patience we need. So refresh, guys, again, and yeah, even for me it's working. Yay! See, so thank you for sharing that. It is working now, guys. So just refresh within here as well, installed. So anyone who has not yet installed, were not able to install till now, anyone? So there will be some, you will be charged with virtual samosas. You have to copy paste a picture of samosa in WhatsApp, and that will be 5 virtual samosas. It's like Bitcoin currency now. Okay, so, or samosa coin, right? I'm gonna come up with that. It will be triangular. Just kidding. So yeah, just go ahead and download Chrome, and yeah, hopefully you're able to do that, right? And let us go ahead. If there is an issues, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna double click this file, right? Double click. And press yes. Okay, so well, Chrome is installed, and if it is installed, what do? That URL, the two URLs I showed you, we can put those URLs here. So let me just put them in the chat as well, so you can just try the URLs. Obviously, those URLs are with my name. You need to put your name, server. Do not click on those URLs when I show you there in WhatsApp. And so I've just pasted this whole thing there in WhatsApp as well as in the WebEx chat. So the URLs are there, but obviously copy paste that in the browser of server 2, and obviously the domain name and server name you need to change. Don't just copy paste and run it, because your domain name and server names are different. Mine are with my name, yours are with your name. So I'm just going to copy this one now, which is the Flash-based client. I'm going to copy that and paste it here, if it lets me. Okay, it does not. So https:// I'll just write it down. And then your first name, SVR2. Hopefully I got the server name correct. You know, the spellings have to be correct, otherwise it's never going to work. AMIRSERV2. Oh, okay. AMIRSVER, right? Sorry. SERV. Okay. SERV2 dot your first name, humber.local. Not, it doesn't end here, / vSphere-client, right? So this is the Flash-based URL of the vCenter, right? Flash-based URL of the vCenter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click that, and for me it just says that your first name SEVR2 dot humber.local / vSphere-client /client. So server IP address could not be found. Oh, okay. So let me just check if the spellings are correct. AMIRSERV2. AMIRSERV2. Seriously, what's wrong with that? SERV. Sir. Oh yeah, spellings are wrong. SER. It's serve. I put the spelling wrong, guys. Enter. Well, for me it's 2. Oh, that's good. Orang, you're good. You're good. So, guys, if you see this link, your connection is not private. That's good. Attackers might be trying to steal your information. Don't be intimidated by that. Why it is showing that? Because there's written here not secure, right? So this page, we are supposed to come to this page and we need to click advanced and click proceed, right? So click advanced and click proceed. But why it is coming? Because normally we are supposed to purchase a security certificate, and that security certificate should have the exact name hard-coded to this, your first name, serve2.humber.local. So your full FQDN should be hard-coded in the certificate. There are SAN certificates and there are wildcard certificates. You can purchase any one of those. Wildcard security certificates, you can have just the domain name there, and you can add any server there. You can use it for any server. But more secure are SAN or subject. You know, what is SAN stand for? SAN certificate? Subject alternative name. Yeah, subject alternative name. So that is that you can hard code an exact name here. You purchase that security certificate from digicert.com, GoDaddy.com, or verisign.com. You purchase it for in $200 up to $2,000, $1,000 in for 1 year, and then you can download it here. After that, you have to map it. You have to put it in the security certificate folder in the server, and then this message will not come. Otherwise, this message will come, and we know that it's not some hacker attempt. We're just trying to go, so it's okay. We can ignore that in our training environment, right? So I'm gonna click the advanced button here, and then there's a proceed to, which is okay. So proceed to the FQDN, fully qualified domain name here. So I'm just gonna click this. So now the next page should be this. right? And you see get Adobe Flash Player, don't click that, do not click this. Well, it's going to take you to the Adobe website, adobe.com, and then you will, even if you download that Flash Player and then come back here, it's going to still give you this error, right? So just follow here, carefully what you need to do, and that is that we already have internet connection, first of all, right? Right. Second thing is we need to go here on not secure, and we have to right click here, right? Right click like this. Yay. And then we click site settings. So if you get that get Adobe Flash Player, you need to follow what I'm doing now. So right click on not secure and then go to site settings. And then we have to go down to permissions here. And when we go down, we see there location, camera, microphone, motion sensors, notifications, JavaScript, Flash. Oh, Flash, okay. Oh, that is blocked. Okay, let's click allow for Flash, and let's click, and it's going to go for allow. We're going to go for allow. So Flash, go ahead and click allow, right? Then comes images, which is also allow. It's okay. Pop-ups and redirects is blocked right now. Let's allow that too. Pop-ups and redirects, let's allow that too. Ads, no, we don't want advertisements. Background synchronization is allow. Sound is okay. And automatic downloads is ask. We need it to automatically download the Adobe Flash Player for us. So we can click allow to that too. Okay, I'll repeat that. I'm not sure what should be the correct URL to access it. Okay, Xiang, I will show again. Here, see this? Flashbase. I copied this and it is there in WebEx. It's in WhatsApp as well. And this is the, now here, make sure that your server name is correct, dot your domain name is correct, right? And at the end, vSphere-client. So what do? You have to open a browser. Hopefully you have downloaded the Chrome browser, Xiang. And if you've downloaded the Chrome browser, you need to put your, so FQDN. So how do you get your FQDN? You go down to Server Manager, and in the local server, make sure what you see there, the spellings are correct. This is your computer name, and you can even click your computer name directly here. See this? You just need to copy all this. Hopefully you're getting that. Okay, cool. And once you copy this, then open the Chrome browser and paste it there. But at the end of the, after the dot local, make sure that you type this vSphere-client. That's all, right? / vSphere-client, and then press enter. Then you should be seeing this page. Okay, you're good, right? Cool. And if you're seeing that page, then you can follow me on what I'm doing now. Okay. Okay, so once you're here, then you can right click here on not secure. Once you see this get Adobe Flash Player, then right click on this not secure, then go to site settings. And once you're on, hopefully you're there in site settings, then this page opens, right? This page. And here, I was telling, first of all, we need to allow 4 or 5 of these settings, permissions, we can say. First is try to find the flash and allow it. So it is on block, so allow it. Second is images are already on allow, so we don't need to change anything here. Third is, so second, what we need to do is pop-ups and redirects, allow that too. Pop-ups and redirects, allow that too, right? And background synchronization, we need to allow that too. Yeah, advanced. Okay. Yes, it is very advanced. This is not even the beginning of the advanced. Oh, but if you want to, if you're saying this is too difficult, then We haven't seen the difficult yet. But if you're saying we need to click advanced, then let me know why. Anyway, so here in the background sync, and this is being recorded, so you can just rewind it anytime and see it a million times, this whole step, until you remember. You don't have to remember that, just follow what I'm doing, right? So background sync, allow, and then automatic downloads is also allow. Automatic downloads is also allow. So background sync, allow, and automatic download. So these 5 things we allow, right? So if you have allowed that too, then just click in the background, Vsphere Webclient on the other tab. Vsphere Webclient. So when we go back, this was not there before, right? To apply your updated settings to this site, reload this page. This was not there before. We made some changes there, and now it is there. So what we need to do,
this is the background.
Yeah.
After allowing the background, where got that?
Yeah, then go to this first tab.
First tab, okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Right, and just go ahead and click the reload. So let's go ahead and click the reload. So this Adobe Flash Player message should be gone, and we should be able to log in now, right? So just go ahead and click the reload here, and go ahead and click that. When I say go ahead and click that, then I know click, you know click does not, then ignore that rule. When I say go ahead and click that, I'm just waiting here. So somebody, maybe I click it, and later somebody says, oh, how did you do that? So then I'm stuck, because now I cannot show you how do I do that, right? Okay. So this is a screen that should be showing there, and if it is showing, that's our first screenshot. Yay! Screenshot number 1, ready to log into vCenter. Screenshot number 1 is ready to log in to vCenter. Right? All right. So I'm going to take a sample screenshot now. Ready to log in to vCenter. So I'll take that as a screenshot here. And I quickly put it here. So that's screenshot number 1. Shot 1. Ready to log in to V and Center. Ready to log into vCenter. Yay! And yeah, so the screenshot is this. Ready to log into vCenter. I'll put that quickly there in. Okay, screenshot 1, ready to log into vCenter. All right. So if we have taken that step and we're good. So now what is the username password we need to put here? So the username password we need to put here is this. So vCenter username equals administrator at vsphere.local, right? So that's our top user account name there. So if I go for password, it's gonna be what? Password would be, in my case, class password, small ABC, capital ABC, shift123, and without shift123, right? Then, yeah, server 2. Wow, that's a very long name. I think it's not gonna let you log in. So Xiang, are you able to log in, or you're not able to log in?
Amir, I'm not able to log in as well.
So you have to take a screenshot and put it up there. So Xiang, yes, that's the name, but it's seems like it's too long. But try to log in from that. The way we logged in, the way I showed you to log in. What's the error coming, Xiang? So guys, those who are getting some errors, you can upload your screenshots there.
Amir, I'm still getting that option, get Adobe Flash Player.
Get Adobe Flash Player. So, okay, you did not follow all the steps then. You missed something.
Yeah, I think when you open the Chrome settings, it was different in mine.
So, Flash was there. I'm there now.
Yeah, actually, I do not have this drop down in front of Flash. It's like
So you cannot change. This means
yes.
You just have a different way.
Yeah, it's ask first.
Yeah, ask first
That is
there.
all here.
Yeah, so then change it to allow. If it says ask first instead of block, it's okay. As long as you can put allow there, you're okay. Can you put allow there, Navdeep?
No.
Then you have to share the screenshot. Why? And is it Google Chrome?
Yeah, it's Google Chrome.
And
I will share the screenshot.
And Jiang has this. So Jiang 2. Wow, that's very long. Jiang, can you? Okay, let me show you the screen here. Jiang, can you click on this computer name? Go ahead and click on this computer name and check the fully qualified domain name there. Just click on the computer name here and take a screenshot of what you see there. So it's a very long name, so make sure that it's the correct spellings. Otherwise, it's surely not gonna work. And Vsphere-client, yeah, you're good about that. But so guys, those who are having issues, if you are unable to send me screenshots, then it's kind of very difficult for me to help you or anyone else to help you. But also that if you are still having problems, then you can just follow the video and I won't cut your marks if you're not uploading the screenshots today. You can also follow at later time as well, but we can give some specific time there, but not a very long time to stop and help. So try to make faster communication there, a bit faster, right?
So I mean, for username, so which username should I put? Should I put the computer name of the vCenter?
So,
server 2?
Yeah, so username is what I put there, and that is this. So I'm just gonna put that. Now hopefully those who are putting username, I put that here in WhatsApp and I put that in WebEx as well. Okay, there are screenshots there. So just try to copy that. Hopefully if you put the same password, then put that same password. If you put some other password, then go for that. And make sure no spelling mistakes are there. There are some screenshots coming. Navdeep's screenshot is there, so it shows oh. So how are you reaching here? So Flash, when you click that, ask first. So there's an arrow button there. Navdeep, does that arrow button not work on the right side?
Yeah, it's working, and then it is going to another screenshot which I have sent to you.
Okay, so that's
I do not have such drop down which you are getting.
Oh, then
So it's going to the screen.
Oh, it's going to allow, block, and ask first. So if you click that ask first and make it wrong here, like turn it off.
Okay.
Turn it off, and then it doesn't show any other options.
Okay, now I got that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you.
And who else? So Xiang, hopefully yours is working. Let me know from screenshots. There is Esxi. Oh, so Esxi is logged in. Very good, guys. Those who are logged in, that's screenshot number 2. Logged in successfully to vCenter. Those who are logged in, it's screenshot number 2. So desk channel shows that there is administrator at vsphere.local. Desk channel, it's credentials. Whatever password you gave during the installation of vCenter, that password has to be given. It's when it comes to credentials, it's between you and the vCenter application. Nobody else can help here. We can only guess password for you, but if it's credentials, it's something that you have to remember. Hopefully you're putting the correct credentials. I'm sure you are, but it happens that we may forget that as well. Xiang, is there another screenshot? He said no. Okay. What else? What other screenshots are coming here? Maya is not able to connect. Oh, okay, yeah. So just add a NAT interface and then use Chrome. Hopefully you're able to understand what he's talking about. Okay, so there's a help there. So guys, I'm just gonna try to log in and show you as well that I'm going to the vSphere. So see this, I'm typing here administrator at vsphere.local. Okay, Xiang has put another screenshot. Small ABC, capital ABC, shift 123 without shift 123. So that's how it should look like. Administrator vsphere.local and the password. Okay, so there's a screenshot here. Xiang has put local server IP could not be found. So
yes, and can you please check if my URL is correct? I'm not sure, but I think it's correct.
Yes, it is correct. You're right. It is correct.
But somehow they cannot able.
How come it's giving server IP address could not be found? And which machine are you in? Are you in?
In server 2.
Server 2. So
yeah, it's
yeah, URL seems to be correct. It's if it's not opening, DNS probe finished bad config. Oh, okay. I think there's you can also open DNS. So okay, you can open command prompt here, and then type the command nslookup. Oh, nslookup actually will give you. Can you disable the second network card of NAT and then try again? Because it's a DNS issue now. DNS cannot, really work here. Is your server 1 open?
Server 1, yeah, it's open, yeah.
And open the command prompt and type a command nslookup and press enter.
At server 1 or server 2?
Server 2.
CMD, right?
Yeah, CMD. And nslookup. NS. So it all comes down to your spellings of the name, but also that it's saying DNS cannot find the name here.
There is space between the NS lookup, NS lookup, right? Is there any space between them, or it's the entire?
NS lookup. I just put that name there as well.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a spelling of NS lookup.
Right.
And
yeah, it's showing some information. Is saying default server is server 1 .local something.
Okay.
Address. Screenshot of this one.
What's the IP?
IP 192.168.201.
Yeah, your NS lookup is okay. Then it comes down to your spelling of, that's a pretty long spelling. There could be spelling mistake there. Hopefully it's not.
URL spelling something wrong with in my URL?
Yeah, so it could be I'm just checking your first screenshot, XIANG server 02. So I'm just comparing your spellings of what you put
yes.
there. XIANG. Oh. Hey, Xiang Yang server 2 or Xiang server 2? What is the name of your machine there?
Name of machine is I think you have uploaded picture. Is,
Yeah, so you put the name of the machine
oh
wrong.
yeah. My mistake. Yeah, it's just Zhang server
So it's 10 server
02.
on you now. Okay.
Oh, thank you very much. Maybe yeah, I can fix now.
Okay.
Good try.
Cool. Okay, guys, let's try to go ahead and yeah, we're good. So, guys, if you see this screen, that's your screenshot number 2, where you can just type successfully logged into vCenter or logged in successfully to vCenter. Take a screenshot number 2 here, logged in successfully to vCenter. So I'm going to take that sample screenshot here of what you need to take, and I'll put it there, and screenshot to logged in successfully to vCenter, and then, oh man, okay.
Thank you, Amir. It's worked.
All right, great, good news. Okay, so I'll just put that here as well. Okay, screenshot to logged into vCenter. vCenter successfully. Wow, that's a lot of time spent on just logging in, but this is that much tricky. So guys, once we are logged in and we got the screenshot like this, which is just login screen. So here we understand that okay, this means that vCenter logging in is successful. That's one URL. What you need to do is see this. This is okay. We're logged in, right? So if you go to the other tab, there's a plus sign here on the tab, right? Go click the plus sign on the tab, and then we need to log in with the other URL as well, which is HTML5 paste. Where is that URL? It is, I already put that also in OneNote, and this is this URL. I put it on, so HTML5 based client, we need to log in from that too. Remember that the name of the server and the domain name is still the same. After the / is just a small case UI, not capital but small case UI. If you put that and press enter, you will see the other type of web client with which we can log into the vCenter as well. So we're going to try this as well, and that's our screenshot number 3, logged in from HTML5 based client. So I'm just putting that URL there, but just change my name to your name and HTML5 based client. So let's go for that. That's screenshot number 3, that logged in from HTML5 based client. So what I'm going to do is that I'll start typing here my server name. If I just type Amir, yep, it has cached or locally saved my server name and domain name information. Then I'm going to put /. All I'm going to do is type the small case what? UI, user interface, right? UI, user interface. So I'm going to press enter after just typing UI, and does it open the HTML5 based client or not? So it's going to be a lot simpler, a bit different looking client, but the main advantage with HTML5 based client is that it does not depend on the Flash player. So they want to remove the Flash player dependency in the clients.
I'm sorry. So what we are doing now? We log it to which machine from vCenter?
Yeah. So we are still in server 2, and we have opened a second tab. You know that the first tab is this one, right? So just click the plus sign right beside it. And
So yeah, but you want to log it in into which machine? So it is EC1 or no? Where? Why we? I don't know what's the Vsphere.
yeah, it's we are logging into the vCenter in another way. We're logging into the same vCenter, this one, but with another URL as well, which I gave there in WhatsApp.
So we are logging in the vCenter.
Yes, we're
in
logging
the two
into
different
vCenter.
way.
Exactly, but it's going to be another type of client that we're logging in.
Got it. Thank you.
Not. So it's still logging in and it's still thinking, and one day, Monday or Sunday, it's going to be able to log in. Okay, now I think it's... Oh, there you go. So now this is the second type of web client, HTML5 based client, and we are again still logged into the same vCenter, but now with this web client you see that it's slightly different in the looks, and it's different from the Flash based client. Flash based client is much more cleaner and clearer, while this is simpler. So in both cases we have error. So there's that, HTML5 based. So once you are able to log in from this one, that's a screenshot number 3, logged in from HTML5 based client. Screenshot number 3 would be logged in from HTML5 based client. So the URL is there in WhatsApp and WebEx as well. Just change my name to your name and log into that. Screenshot number 3 is logged in from HTML5 based client. Alright, so I'm just going to take that screenshot now and quickly go ahead. So that would be our screenshot 3, logged into HTML5 based client. That's it. Logged into HTML5 based client. Clean it. And Control V. Yay! Okay, so guys, there's that picture. What is the username to log in? Well, if you're successfully logged in, Zhang, if you're successfully logged in from the Flash-based client, the first one, then it does not require that username, but it's the same username, administrator@vsphere.local. Oh, actually you're logging in from the first one. So let me, Zian, can you see what I just typed here under your message in WebEx? So that's the username login you need to go for. This channel is showing this screen. Guys, if you see this screen, 543 service unavailable, so don't worry, this means that in the background the services are still starting. If this channel you were able to log in from web client successfully, then this is very strange that for UI it is actually giving this screen. This screen means that in the background some of the vCenter services are still starting, and it's just a matter of refresh every 1 minute or 5 minutes. But refresh after, if the web client was opened, then this should open also, but just refresh 503 means it's still starting. 503, 401, right? Or 427, all these highway names, right? No, 503 is not a highway name. So it's just a error message, but it means refresh and wait. So
I'm sorry, Amir. The username and password is exactly the same one. the administrator at Vsphere.local is this one I should use to log in? Or
yes, this is the one that we logged in from vCenter Flash based as well as UI based.
Password is exactly the one ABC.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Username is exactly the same. Password is exactly the same. For UI.
It's not work for me.
Well, first of all, why is it even asking you username password? Because are you logged in from the Flash-based client? This one?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. But the URL just you told me.
So you're logged in from the first one successfully? Yes?
No, it doesn't accept my username and password.
Okay, so the first one you have to log in first successfully, then go for UI, right? That's the second one. So first one, you have to remember that this is the password I gave. Whatever password you gave.
Oh, sorry, which one? Which one I should log in first, please?
This is the the URL is the one that we were showing, the vSphere-client. This one, vSphere. It is ending with vSphere-client, right? So this is the one you need to log in from first.
Yeah, I think I'm logging. Yeah, it's the one I'm trying to log in, but
it's not accepting your username password.
Yeah.
Well, that is something you have to guess now. What password you gave, or are you writing the correct password or not? So if it says credentials, then it's your username password. Hopefully you did not forget your password.
I think I didn't forget my password.
Well, then try, because this is something that it's between you and the machine. That what is the username password? Nobody else can guess that. So
yeah, the username is not my name, right? It's like the Xiang Jiang something.
Did you see the username that I put there on the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's administrator@vsphere.local. So other than that, you cannot write anything else, because that's what we wrote there during the installation.
So anything you did for the Flash player?
With the password?
No, the Flash player.
Flash player. Yeah, so do you see the Flash player sign?
Yep.
Wow, man, you're like half an hour ago we did that already. Where were you at that time?
I got a trouble to sign in.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take long time now. We're like really ahead now. So please try to pay attention with the spellings and everything, because then we cannot go ahead, right? So you need to right click here, Ziang, not secure, this one.
Yeah. Yep.
And go to site settings.
Settings. Okay.
Click that. And go down to Flash.
Flash. Yeah.
Allow.
Yeah.
And then images. Allow. It is already allowed.
Image.
Pop-ups.
Image. Allow. Okay. Yeah.
Pop-ups and redirects allow. Then background sync allow.
Pop-up.
Background sync allow.
Background sync allow. Yeah.
And automatic downloads allow.
Okay.
So once you click allow to all this, go back to this vSphere web client again. Now just click the reload.
Reload. Yeah.
So after that, put that username password. It will work.
Okay.
So okay. So guys, let's try to go ahead. We're too slow now. But obviously with the spellings and everything, we just have to pay more attention what we're typing there. This is not the difficult part that we're going through. Difficult part is still coming up. So we need to be paying much more attention now. Okay, so once you log in, yeah, that's it. So the other one will also log in with UI credentials there. It's not going to ask you credentials again now. Alright guys, we logged in and we checked the two clients as well. That's what we were talking in the lab. And okay, Mahe as is showing an error there, and that you also can get that in future as well. Check the Vsphere web client server log for details. So in that case, what happens is, if you see that error, so you can go to services. So guys, this is another troubleshooting tip, that suppose you get an error where you need to check, maybe you're suspicious about the services of VMware, right? So right click here, Mahe, you can just right click here and go to run and type here services.msc. So you can go to services and check the VMware services if some of the services that are automatic are they started or not. So this is just a troubleshooting tip. You don't have to not have to follow that, but if you follow, you will just check that, oh, this is also the way we can troubleshoot if there are any messages. So I've typed here services.msc, and if I press OK, it's gonna open the services area of our server 2, right? This is just to check, this is just a tip. You don't really have to follow this. So I'm gonna make it bigger. In the services, what we do normally, this service, these are all services that are running some application, right? This service, that service, everyone is responsible for running some kind of application. So first of all, we can click the startup type here, or Mahe, you can click the startup type here. Once you click the startup type, it goes to automatic, right? Automatic. So against the automatic services, the status of every service that is showing automatic, the status should be running. Why it is on automatic? Because all these services are needed, they are critical, they are important. That's why their startup type is automatic. They should start. So, and whatever is automatic should have, majority of them should have the status running. So I'm gonna go further down here after clicking the startup type automatic. If I go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going down until on the left side you start seeing VMware here, right? I'm gonna keep going down a little until the VMware stops showing. So it starts from VMware Ready Service. Oh yes, now here, Xiang, you can check your PowerShell, password for that. Add administrator at vsphere.local. The username is okay. The password has to be okay. So Xiang, that's something you know. Try to guess what you gave the password when you were installing this, right? So I was saying, guys, here VMware, it starts with VMware ADFS and it ends with the VMware Service Lifecycle, right? So in these services, if anyone is not running, then you have to start those services, right? That's what I was just saying here, that some of the services, because of limited hardware, actually do not start, and when we are trying to log in the browser, it gives us errors. So in that case, maybe some of the services are not running. If all services are running, then obviously this is not the error. Then you just have to close the browser and try again. Guys, there another troubleshooting tip here. One is this, that check the services, right? And I showed you how to check the services. They're all running. Okay, mine says all running. Second tip is that if the browser is not opening, so obviously you need to check your spellings again and again, and if it's okay, try to run NSLOOKUP as well. Second thing, is your DNS working? So I'm just going to go to run, sorry, not run. I'm going to right click here and go to command prompt admin, right? Press yes and just type NSLOOKUP, NSLOOKUP. I'll press enter. So DNS should be okay. If it is okay, this message should be coming there. The fully qualified domain name and the correct IP should be coming there if the DNS is okay. If you have internet connection, it might show you the different IP, which is also okay, as long as the name, fully qualified domain name of the DNS server is okay. Your DNS is okay right now if you see this with just simply NSLOOKUP. Third thing is that you can also, you can simply close all the browsers and then go to the left side here and just check the vCenter link here. You can just close all the browsers and then go down to the, so there's the VMware here. If I click the VMware, there's the VMware Vsphere Webclient. You can see IP address, but server unknown. Oh, okay, so server unknown is not good. So this mean it could mean that yeah, is your server 1 running? Safe is asking. So server 1 must always be running. Powered on should be. So run that NSLOOKUP there in server 1 as well. If that's not giving the same answer there, Mahe, then server 1 DNS configuration has to be reconfigured, and for that you need to follow the video where we configured step by step the DNS configuration. So it should not be unknown. Try to check your first network card, prefer DNS as well. So, oh, actually it's okay. Oh, this is server 1 or server 2? Why not? So this is what your server 2 should be showing as well. Otherwise DNS is not working on server 2, but on server 1 it may be working. Server 1 is okay, yeah. So server 2, just check the first network card's IP address. What is the preferred DNS? So if I go to Ethernet 0 here, and guys, try to check out all the troubleshooting, because you may have to go through all this troubleshooting in future as well. If I go to the first network card there, the IP address should be 192.168.200.1. And gateway, yes, this all should be exactly the same. Deepshika is saying that. So default gateway, you can see that. So you must have all this configuration for the first network card of server 2, exactly like what I'm showing here. So compare that and check whatever is different and fill it, and then try again. So looks like you had to recreate the machines, or why is there's a misconfiguration here in server 2? Server 2 is our most criticalest server. That's the new word, right? Criticalest. Okay. So guys, yeah, it doesn't exist in the dictionary. Okay, so hopefully you have compared your IP address with mine, and I'm gonna cancel it and close it. So, or you want to see that again, I'll just open that again. And then just run NSLOOKUP. NSLOOKUP has to be correct there for any name-based services to be working. You're trying to access vCenter by name, and by name access means DNS has to be working. Fine. Right. So try to check out the DNS. So guys, overall, what we need to do, let me know whatever the result is. So here, guys, see this? In our lab, we have given 2 GB to this guy, right? Server 1. And then we have given 12 GB. Remember that we gave 12 GB here? 12 GB here. We can't afford to give this 12 GB to this server only, right? Because we still have to, minimum, we have to give 4 GB to the 2 hypervisors. And those 2 hypervisors have to be started as well. Now, majority of us have 16 GB total RAM, right? So that's where we need to change our strategy. Total RAM 16 GB, right? So now this 12 GB has to go down to 6 GB, which is very, very unfair for the vCenter, which is enterprise grade application. This is huge, big application, but we need to give 6 GB. Why 6 GB? 6 plus 2, 8, right? 8 plus 4, 12, and 12 plus 4, 16, right? It's already using 8, so safe says that server 2 is using 8 for him. So guys, oh, Mahe sees this BSOD, blue screen of death. Ouch. Okay, you need to wait and then restart, but otherwise this machine is kind of unreliable. My suggestion, just create a new machine, join into domain, install the whole vCenter server. But you can recover from this one as well. When it comes back, just try to carry on. But yeah, I saw that in my machine in last course. So guys, we can give it 8 GB RAM as well, but that's gonna be overcommitting the RAM on our laptop, which means that it's gonna be 18 GB total, right? So we can overcommit as well. It's okay to overcommit, and in majority of the cases it works, right? But just try to make sure that in your laptop, do not open any other Google Chrome or any other thing, right? in your laptop, just try to free up as much RAM as possible. So especially stop those YouTube cat videos and YouTube funny videos or just for laughs, right? Stop those, and also the vote count going on in US, stop that as well. Just kidding. Okay, so anyway, let's give either 8 GB or 6 GB. If you want to stick to 16 GB total here, then give 6 GB, or you can give 8 GB here to server 2 as well, right? So that's the change we need to introduce now, either 6 or 8. So I'm just going to type here either 6 GB or 8. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Either 6 GB or 8 GB, right? So for this, let's shut down our server 2, change the RAM, and power on, right? Well, hot add does, when you reduce the RAM, hot add does not work, Zian. When you reduce the RAM, hot add does not work. So we have to shut down this server. Now you're gonna see firsthand how long it takes for the vCenter to start, because not only that, we're lowering the RAM, we're shutting it down and starting it again, right? So this is gonna tell us how big the application is and how much RAM was required and how less we have given. Let's start doing that. Let's shut down our server 1, because we need to start the Esxi1, Esxi2 as well, right? The best practice here in this limited RAM is, once you change it to 8 GB and then start the server, after starting the server, when you log in, after changing the RAM to 8 GB and then start and log in to the server, right? So wait for, give it 10 to 15 minutes and then try to log in from vCenter. So after changing the RAM to 8 GB and then start and log in, wait for 10 to 15 minutes, because we have given so less RAM, the background vCenter services will take long time to start. If those all services are not started, you won't be able to log into vCenter, right? So wait for 10 to 15 minutes for the vCenter background services to start, right? vCenter background services to start for the vCenter background services. Okay. And then open browser to and type the, not type, just get the, and well, type the URL of flash based vCenter. Right, and try to open vCenter. So this is just the thing that because you will be kind of annoyed and frustrated. Hey, why it is not starting? Why am I not logging in? Some students in previous courses had to wait for like 20 minutes. For very few students, it didn't start, so they had to restart again and then wait for 10 minutes or 15 minutes again, and then vCenter logged in. They were able to log in. So that's pretty crazy. Eris says if we have 32 GB RAM, we can do 10 GB for server 2. If you have 32 GB RAM, don't change. Keep it 12 GB. Ha! Right? 32 GB RAM. So we got, we got Ferrari or Corvette, as well as we got tricycles with 16 GB. So our laptops are like tricycles, and Eris has a Corvette or Ferrari car. It's like that right now. So that's very cool. How does it sound like? Cool, right? So yeah, Eris, you don't have to, you have 32 GB RAM, right? Don't downgrade it to 8 GB. This is just for those who have 16 GB RAM. Oh, Zhang, why downgrade? Because we have a total of 16 GB RAM. That's why we're downgrading. Oh, Olotone has 24 GB. Then you can keep it 12 GB. This is only for 16 GB RAM laptop. If you have 24 GB or 32 GB, don't do it. You're good. Right? Okay. So Zhang, you understand why we're downgrading? Because we have 16 GB RAM, right? So if you have 12 GB here, and if you have 4 GB here, so you can see that we are already over committing, and it's gonna really freeze your machines very soon. If you give too much RAM that we don't have, actually physically we don't have that RAM, right? Jasminder says, teacher, can you please change the time for assignment till morning? Yeah, sure. Just give me a reason in email, and sure, no problem. Okay. Okay, guys, here we understand that it's going to take more time for vCenter. So I'm just going to shut down now. So after explaining all this, hopefully everyone understands that I'm just going to shut down this machine, right? Thank you. Right click here, and I'm on server 2. Do not shut down server 1. Do not shut down server 1. Server 1 is like our breathing air. So it's offering us the critical infrastructure services. Server 1 always remains up. We're temporarily shutting down server 2 to change the RAM. So I'm going to shut down server 2 now and continue. Okay, so I'm just changing the memory now. I'm just trying to keep the configuration according to the 16 GB, which is the majority of the laptops have 16 GB. I also have 24 GB RAM here, but I'm just going to keep it to, at least I'm going to downgrade to 8 GB, right? I'm going to downgrade to 8 GB. For a 16 GB laptop, this is also overcommitting by 2 GB. You have physically 16 GB and you're giving virtual RAM as 18 GB, right? Which is, you know, it works with slight overcommitting, but not too much overcommitting, right? So I'm going to put it on 8 GB and press OK here for server 2. Once the RAM has been changed from 12 GB down to 6 GB or 8 GB, up to you, then click power and on. Power on. Right? I'm going to power on now. So limitation of hardware does affect, but the strange thing is that we will be able to do all the labs. It's just that it's gonna teach us how to be patient and how much patience is required. I'm gonna log in with domain admin account. Just put the password. Okay, so it's logged in. I'm logged in, but you know, if I try to start opening now, I actually want to show you some errors that will come your way. Right now, 10-minute wait or 15-minute wait period starts here. If you have very less RAM given, like 8 GB or 6 GB, then the 10 to 15-minute wait period starts here, right? If you try to open vCenter now, it's just, you know, never gonna open or the way it was showing you before, right? So at the end of the class also, I would simply suspend the machine because I don't want to, or if you shut down, then just start the machines in next class 15 minutes before the start of the class, right? Or just suspend the machines at the end of the class. So now here, what I want to show you that although we should be waiting here for 10 to 15 minutes now, but I am going to open Google Chrome here. I want to show you two types of errors that simply means that wait, be patient, and let the background services start. So those two type of errors that I want to show you. So I'm just gonna try to type this. I know that it's not gonna work now. It's not gonna open my vCenter, but I'm still gonna try to show you some types of errors that come here. If I just type my name here, machine name, it has already saved my machine name here, right? In the browser. So it has saved that and it comes up here. It ends with vSphere-client. We know that, right? So I'm just gonna press OK here. And there you go. So all kinds of errors will come here that because the services in the background are still starting. I mean, that's gonna take time now. So what I can the only option I have is refresh maybe after 2 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So if the 543 error that I showed you already, if that comes 543 error, that means wait for the background services to start. And if there is an error coming that says initializing, there's a word in that error message says initializing. Initializing just means that wait, background services are still starting, right? So if it gives you these kind of errors while you have just came back from shutdown and start, it's normal that it's not gonna open your vCenter right now. So if it's not gonna open, which is something that we have no choice on, so we can just talk about the other side, actually other topics. So what we are trying to do here is that after the changing the RAM of vCenter, we are going to configure the vCenter. How do we configure the vCenter? We will be creating here okay, let me just type it inside our. So we have gone through all these configurations here and next steps. So next steps. First thing, change the RAM of the server 02, actually the vCenter machine. So it's done actually, right? So done. After logging into the vCenter, then what we need to do? We need to do the following. So first thing is create 2 data centers, or we will understand what is a data center, and we need for our requirement just 1 data center, because if you want to create anything, configure anything inside vCenter, for that you have to create a data center. Every feature is available inside a data center. So obviously when we are able to log in from vCenter, then only we can see that what is data center inside vCenter, right? But it contains all the services. Data center offers all configurational features, configurations, actually not optional, configurations for vSphere vCenter environment. Now why creating 2 data centers? Just to show you that how does it look like. Suppose you have 2 branches, one is in Toronto, one is in New York. So you want to create 1 data center in Toronto, 1 data center in New York. So that's where you need to just make sure, well, just to show, otherwise we can just create 1 data center and do the whole course on that as well. So data center offers all the configurations for a vSphere vCenter environment. And second thing is, once the data center is created, then we will add our hypervisor hosts, hypervisor ESXi hosts to each data center. So we're going to do that. So obviously within the data center we can remotely manage all the hosts and all the virtual machines inside the Hyper-V hosts, and all the security, inventory, storage, networking, everything can be handled from inside the hosts there, right? So once the data center is created, then we will add our hypervisor ESXi hosts to each data center. We will create two data centers by the name of Tor DC and NY DC. We will add your first name Esxi01 to Tor DC and your first name Esxi02 to NYDC, right? And that would be your second challenge, that hopefully your environment is good, that you are able to add by name. So we will add both hosts by name. Okay, once the hosts are added to the two data centers, again I'm saying that we don't need two data centers, just to show that how big environment looks like, or bigger. After adding the two, after the hosts are added to the two data centers, then we will attach the SAN LUNs or share disks to each Esxi host. So share disks, in last class we configured a software SAN, right? SAN is storage area network. So storage area network, LUNs or logical unit numbers, or shared disks, the disks that are coming from over the network. So these disks will be coming from server 1 over to Esxi1, Esxi2. But let me just check back if I can log in now. I'm just going to click refresh here. And it might change the error, it might change the message, or it might just let me see the login screen. Anything could happen because of limited RAM and CPU. Okay. So you can see that we just before the restart we fixed it, right? And it just popped up again. So that's the reason there's another HTML5 based client. Flash based client they have gotten rid of in version 7.0. And the Flash HTML5 based client is introduced, and this is the reason, because it's kind of annoying. So now again it is here. When we try again, I still have internet connection here. I don't have to make those changes that I did before when I right click the not secure here, right? But I still have to right click the not secure. Only thing I need to do now is that Flash is again blocked. So this means the browser did not save this configuration, right? So this means that we need to simply allow only Flash. So once we allow Flash here, right, then I can click anywhere else and it's gonna give me again that line of reload, just like last time, right? This time I did not have to allow 5 permissions there, just the Flash was blocked this time. So, and the internet has to be there for this to go away. And I'm gonna click reload. And now that page comes to me, and administrator at Vsphere is already written there, and the password I already put that in WebEx. So anyone was able to log in till now, or I'm the only one who logged in till now, who is logging in? Okay, so Saif is logged in. Okay, cool. So Gabriel is logged in. Kior is logged in. Cool. 3 are logged in. Good. Eris is logged in. Tune is logged in. Destin is logged in. Very good. Okay, so maybe I'm the last one. Navdeep is logged in. Cool. And Harpreet and Sham are logged in. Very good. Okay, so this means we're going to if you guys logged in. Very good. And Orang is, hey, me too, yay. That's very good. Okay. So guys, if we are logged in, that's very, very good. And now we need to go ahead, and Ramanjot is logged in. Nice. So that's really good. Everyone's on page, and we're gaining some momentum here, and we're catching up some speed here. That's very good. So guys, now we need to do all the configuration. Okay, so here, first of all, you can see a lot of windows here in the vCenter. Now the whole course revolves around this vCenter, right? We need to be the master of this vCenter application. So this first window is navigator here, and then this window just shows you all the options here, work in progress here, alarms here. Recent task is our best friend. Whenever we are doing any task, we need to see that in the recent task that it gives us the progress, real-time progress, right? So sometimes we are doing some task here, up here, and below we don't see that in recent task what's happened, but it's actually giving an error, and we're just waiting that, hey, why didn't it create, or why didn't it happen? And then there's recent objects that we have viewed or created here. So you can see one thing, there are lots of windows. One window, second window, third, fourth, fifth, 6 windows here, right? So it's better to go for this option. What is this option? Full screen, yay. Safe says, is there another app to control the ESXi that is not web-based? Yes, there was a Vsphere client. That was called Vsphere client. It was just like you install MS Office, but Vsphere client is discontinued in 6.5 version. Till 6.0 it was working fine. You have to install this and then software based, and then you have to connect, but it's not continued. That's not compatible with Win 16. Yeah, so it's not it's discontinued from 6.5, 6.7. But I heard that many of the words VMware administrators said that, hey, we're so used to that vSphere client, software-based client. So I think they have introduced that back in 6.7, latest versions, and 7.0. But right now it's not allowed to connect to vSphere client. Okay. So Xiang says, what is vSphere? Same thing with vCenter? So that's a very good question, Xiang. vSphere is just the flagship product name. Under the vSphere, there are many products. vSphere vCenter, vSphere ESXi, and vSphere replication. So vSphere normally is a marketing term only, and it's just a list of products that are used for data center virtualization specifically. Now they've put some more products there, but normally vSphere is for this, data center related products, virtualization products. Okay, so there's an error shown here. This one. Xiang, is that correct? Okay, and yeah, so vSphere web client. So normally errors will come, although many have waited here, but for some students you have to wait a little longer and keep refreshing. Otherwise, close the browser and open the browser again after a minute, and then try to log in again with the correct URL, right? But the URL seems to be okay. If the spellings are okay, then and this is SSO actually, so this is not related to this, and this could also be just a less, a hardware limitation there. So these errors do come. Yeah, so these errors do come, and you have to wait for it, refresh it, but it's kind of out of our reach here. Check for services on MSC and see if VMware services are running. Yeah, you can do that too. I showed that. Okay, so Changying says, I just log in. Okay, that's very good. How to configure vCenter? Exactly, Changying. That's where we're going. So guys, if everyone is logged in, and if you're not logged in, just try to refresh or close and check the services as well. But we have to cover this in the video, so you can actually watch the video and we can pretty much go ahead again. So guys, here it says, so what I was saying, first of all, that I'll make the screen full screen, right? So I'm going to click that full screen here, this one. That's one thing, right? Full screen. So now we can see whatever we configure in those windows. The area has become bigger or wider. So I'm going to write what it says: create data center, add host, add virtual machine, complete setup. So that's what it says here. So welcome to vCenter server. You are ready to set up a vCenter, and our data center contains all inventory objects such as hosts. We're about to add those ESXi hosts and virtual machines. You might need only one data center. Large companies might use multiple data centers to represent organization units in their enterprise. So you can create two data centers. Suppose, as I said, maybe for Toronto branch separate data center, and for New York branch another. So let's create two data centers first of all, but we don't need two, we just need one. But let's just create two, just to see that how does it look like. So right click on that area here. Where did I right click? Here, your server name, and then go for new data center, right? Let's click the new data center here, and then Tor DC. That's all, right? Just put the name Tor DC, right? Tor DC, and press O and K. And then we're gonna create another data center called NYDC. Suppose we have two branches, one in Toronto, one in New York. So I'm gonna right click here again on the top here, and right click again and go for new data center. And now I'm going to type here NYDC. Then we press A and OK. A and K. There's A and OK. So once you have NYDC and TorDC here, then that's the initial things. But if you select the TorDC, go ahead and select the TorDC. Select means just left click on that, right? So once you select it and then right click on that, so as soon as you right click, you can see a lot of features here on a TorDC or NYDC or any DC, right? Data center, that is, not domain controller. So you can see here add host. We can add ESXi1, ESXi2. We're going to do that. New cluster, that's where all the disaster recovery, high availability features are available. So we're going to later create new cluster as well. Then new folder, just to organize, you can just create folders here as well. Distribute switch, and that is the granddad of our standard switches there, virtual standard switch. New virtual machine you can create on the data center level. VApp and OVF, we're going to see those features coming, and we're going to talk about that. VApp is just for grouping virtual machines, and OVF is for import and export of a virtual machine. But we're going to do those apps separately. Then storage comes, we can create new data stores. If you want to use a physical disk, you need to create a data store on top of that, right? For the virtual machines to use it. So that's where we create data stores. And then default VM compatibility, this is another option. If you have upgraded the virtual machine, you want to see that it is compatible with newer version. Migrate VMs to another network. We're going to do vMotion, and that is called migration, so obviously that will be very interesting. Move to, when you move from, suppose I want to move one virtual machine from TorDC to NYDC, right? So I can click the move to button and it will move the machine. That is not migration. So rename, tags and custom attributes, you can assign new tags, which department it is belonging to department, and is, you can put sales. Permissions, you want to give permission to someone else. Alarms, you want to create alarms there, that if virtual machine goes down, please send me an email. And delete is just going to delete the data center. Yay! And all vCenter orchestration plugin, it's not even completely showing there. But rescan data center, HBAs. HBAs are the network adapters that help you connect with the storage over the network. So guys, what we're going to do here is, on the TorDC, if you're selected, let's click the add and host, right? So right click on Control C, go ahead and click add host. What we're about to do is we're going to introduce this vCenter to Esxi1 hypervisor, because this vCenter will be responsible for controlling, managing remotely that Esxi1 hypervisor. So in ToorDC we're going to add Esxi1 hypervisor, and NYDC we're going to add Esxi2 hypervisor, right? So let's click the add host. Once we click the add host here, so you can see that it's asking for, hey, oh, you want to add a hypervisor. Do you know the name or IP of that? So guys, be careful about this name. This name should be exactly the name of the hypervisor that we have placed there. So what is the name? Is the hypervisor even started? Okay, so we're about to add a hypervisor that is shut down, right? So I'm gonna go to Esxi1 and power it on. Okay, and I'm gonna go to Esxi2 and power it on. So please start the hypervisors. Maybe you've already started, some of you. If not started, please start now, because we need to add them to the data center.
I mean, sorry. So when I turn on the ESI2, I got the error. It said not enough physical memory is available.
Oh, okay. So, Orang, how much is the memory of the server 2 here?
2. So, 4. Memory is 4. For server. No. For server 2, I give, just a minute, I think I give 8. Yeah, 8.
It is 8, right? Okay, how much is total memory of your laptop?
16.
Okay.
16.
So
can I just only turn on the ESI1 or shut down the ESI2, or we need both of
you know
them?
what? You have to check the RAM of Esxi1. Right click on Esxi1 here. Go to settings. And what is the RAM here in Esxi1?
I'm gonna check. So it's 4.
Okay. Is the same RAM for Esxi2 as well?
Yeah, I think it should be. Yeah, because we divided 4 for both of them.
So it is server 1 has 2 GB. How much is the RAM for server 1?
Server 1, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you, just give me a second. Yeah, sorry. So server 1. How can I check that? Okay, 4.
Oh, okay. So it was supposed to be, well, we all gave 2.
No. So, okay, sorry.
So you can shut down
I don't know why.
And give it. Oh, did you check server 1 or server 2? Server 2 has. Server 1 should have 2. Why? Because now we are overcommitting more. It's gonna be 20 GB total.
Okay, so server 1 is 2 giga.
It is. Did you make it 2 already?
Yeah, and server 2 is 8. Server ESI1 is 4. ESI2 is 4.
Yes. So this is what we need. It is already overcommitting, but slightly overcommitting. But if server 1 is 4, then it's going to be more overcommitting, and it's going to give you that error. So if server 1 is shut down, then change it to 2 and then start, and then try again to start Esxi1 and 2. If that doesn't work, then you have to shut down server vCenter again and put it down to 6 GB. Normally 8 GB should work, but maybe your laptop is not accepting that.
Okay, so right now, should I change my server 2 to 6 giga? I think so, yeah. Okay, thank you, Amir. I will care about it. Thank you.
Okay, so Xiang, error is not going away, then close the browser and try again. Otherwise, in extreme cases, what we do is we just restart the server again, vCenter, and then Xiang, we give it 15 minutes or 10 minutes, better 15 minutes again, and then we log in. If it's not going away, make sure that server 1 is up, Xiang, and then if it's not going away, it's not letting you log in, then you can restart. If the services were all working as well, then just restart again. But that's then you need to really wait for it, like give it 10 or 15 minutes more. So guys, we need to actually start adding these guys, but yeah, here. So what I'm just gonna check is Esxi1. What is the name? Name is your first name, Esxi1. There is no Esxi01 here in my case, so we have to check that. We can just give the fully qualified domain name, which is, if I go to server 1 and go to tools and DNS. So what is the fully qualified domain name of our Esxi hypervisor? Let me just show you that. Oh. So it's this, your first name Esxi1 dot your first name domain dot local. So this is the full name. I would want to copy or just go ahead and type that and put it here, right? So it will look like Control V. So it will look like this, right? Your first name Esxi1 dot your first name humber dot local. Or you can just remove this domain name and just it will get added even if you just put just a server name. Better put it the full domain name as well. Or you can also put an IP address if by name it's not adding, no matter how many times you've tried and it's not adding. Then you can just put the IP address, which is what is the IP address of that? 192.168.200.3, right? So that's the last resort. So I'm just going to go ahead with the name here and click next. So anyone knows what's the username password we need to give here? Anyone knows what's the username password we need to give here? Okay.
Could you please go back one step?
Root,
Yeah.
root and password.
Exactly. Very good. Yeah. There was a question?
Okay. No, I just wanted to see what your name was. Thank you.
So here, root, exactly as you said, small shift123 without shift123, so the password or the class password. So the way we logged into the hypervisor, we're going to put that username password here, right? And click next. So that's where if you know at this point there could be some errors there as well. It's all about your communication from server 2 to the Esxi1 and later from server 2 to Esxi2, right? So right now it shows me this message, which is okay. It's just saying that, hey, are you sure this is the server you're connecting to? And it shows you the SHA-1 thumbprint, which is a thumbprint of the self-signed certificate, right? So it's okay if you've put the correct name here, that is okay. And we can press yes. Once you press yes, if you see this screen, then congratulations, you have correct communication going on between server 2, the vCenter, to the hypervisor. From the vCenter to the hypervisor, you have correct communication. If you see 1 machine, 2 machine, 4 machine, 10 machine here, it doesn't matter. Whatever machines we have created here, virtual machines, it's going to show that, which is okay, right? So if you read this, then you're good. We can click, yeah.
An error message on mine.
What's the error message?
It's saying cannot contact the specified host.
Yeah, so Raman, press yes. Okay, can you give a... Oh, cannot contact the specified host? So this means that you need to, here, you need to put the correct name. It cannot reach by name right now. So some spelling mistake, whatever you see there, try to check that, confirm it. That is that the correct name of the Esxi? Do not go follow me Esxi1. Maybe if you go directly to the DCUI, see this? If you go to the Esxi1 here, what is the name showing here? You can just put only that name as well. And yeah, you were saying?
Yes. Okay. So should I remove the .local?
Well, if you want to remove, then not just .local, you can remove the whole domain name then, right?
Okay. So I'll just put either CSSI1.
Yes, that would be also good, and hopefully it should. So there's this virtual machine has insufficient memory to boot with EFI firmware, which requires a minimum of 96 MB. Please increase the virtual machine's memory and try again.
I still cannot connect.
Oh, that's a template machine. Okay. can you ping, Edis, can you ping from server 2 to the IP of ESXi1? So open command prompt, type ping space 192.168.200.3. So orange, this is a template machine, this is the wrong machine. Do not start this one. Right. So start the other one.
So she ping the IP of 1.
No, so see this, Edis, I'm on server 2. I'm gonna open that command prompt here, and yes, so I'm gonna type the ping space IP of the ESXi1 200.3. So it should ping. So because we're trying to add ESXi3, so it, first of all, we're gonna make sure that does it even ping. So if it doesn't even ping, then yes, that's a basic issue. Is it even open? Is the IP correct? Is your VM net exactly the same VM net 15 for all of them?
Yeah, it's correct. My sent packet is 4, my received packet is 4, lost 0.
That's very good. So 200.3 you can ping easily, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then by name, so it's all the DNS issue. So what can happen is that your whatever you put in the server 1 in the DNS area, that spelling is different from the spellings that you put there in the actual machine here. It could be that reason as well. For now, you can put the IP address here and simply add from IP address 192.168.200.3.
Okay.
Okay guys, so once you have placed this, yes, I fully agree with what's being said on WhatsApp. Yeah, 2 plus, yes, exactly. Oh, okay, that's interesting. No, this channel, I'm copying before this channel deletes the second one as well. I'm copying that. Oh, I copied already, yes, just kidding. Okay, so here, Navdeep says, my system got hanged, not able to do anything now. RAM 16 2644. No way, man. Hey, Navdeep, do you have? I was gonna say that, but you already showed that. You have 16 GB RAM here, right? In use is 15.2 GB. Yeah, not much left there. So some systems can't afford to overcommit. Even you did not overcommit, actually 6.2. Okay, so you can change the RAM of server 1 from 2 GB to 1 GB. That's and it will still work with 1 GB, your server 1, and then try again with these settings. Hopefully it works, but some laptops, you know, they just don't like overcommitting. So you are right, wrong machine. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, wrong machine. So Vsphere Webclient. So guys, there is orange is showing another message here. If you see this message, Vsphere Webclient server is initializing. That's what I wanted to show as well, but it didn't come to me. So if it says initializing, this means that you need to wait. The background services of vCenter are still starting. So what we can do is refresh every 1-2 minutes after that. So initializing, we don't have to worry about. Just means that background services are still starting. So you're on your way. This means also.
Hi.
Yeah.
So it says I have a security alert. It says the certificate store of vCenter server cannot verify the certificate. The SHA1 some print of the certificate is when it put some IPv6 numbers. It then said click yes to replace the host certificate with a new certificate signed by the VMware certificate server and proceed with the workflow.
And press yes.
Okay.
Okay. So it says now I need to sit and watch. I have only one option to restart my laptop. Oh yeah, we know that option. Okay. Yeah. Press it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Power button. Let's click next. And root and password. Next. Yes, it shows whatever we created inside, which is okay. Next. So it just tells us it will expire in 60 days, which is okay. Yeah, it's a trial version, we know that. And next. So guys, here we need to make sure that we need to understand what is lockdown mode first of all, and why are we clicking normal lockdown mode, right? So the lockdown mode is oh, okay. So lockdown mode is that normal lockdown mode first of all is that if we were connecting from browser, right? So connect from browser to ESXi, and we did that already, right? So then when you type your https ://Esxi01 or the name of the Esxi01, then you are able to connect. So from browser you can connect, from vCenter you can connect. Now we're about to do that. We're about to connect from vCenter, and this is the proper way to connect. Only connect from vCenter, because from there you can manage the hypervisor. So that's the second way to connect to the Esxi hypervisor. Third way to connect is DCUI, direct console user interface, right? So what is DCUI? When you click directly on that and you see the whole screen, and then you press F2 there, and then you go inside and change the IP addresses and name and DNS. So that's DCUI. So when you put it on normal lockdown mode, I changed the RAM, but the vCenter get so slow. Yes, Orang, it's going to be slow, but once it logs in, then you will be able to do all the settings. So yeah, we just have to be patient, and we have to just wait, and whenever it logs in, then you will be able to do all the settings that we are all able to do. So here, guys, normal lockdown mode means that you cannot log in from browser, and but you can log in from vCenter, remotely connect to the hypervisor. You can connect from DCUI to the hypervisor. But the strict lockdown mode, what does that mean? Strict means that you cannot log in from browser, you cannot log in from DCUI as well directly to the hypervisor. The only way to log in is from vCenter. That's the only way to log in to the hypervisor. So we're not going to go for strict, we're just going to go for normal lockdown mode. This is a good security measure, because if you can log in from vCenter and also from browser, so any hacker can also try to log in from browser. So make anyone log in only from vCenter to the hypervisor and no other way. So DCUI, if you want to log in, you have to have physical access to the data center and physical access to that same server. So obviously data centers are very strictly protected, so that's why normal lockdown mode is okay. So hopefully we understand what is normal lockdown mode, and let us go ahead. So normal, and then click next. So it's just saying TorDC. Yes, it is TorDC. VM location is TorDC, and then we click next. Then it shows you the summary, which is okay, and click finish. So you can see in the recent task, our best friend, the recent tasks, it shows that the real-time progress, it's 85%, 90% now, and so it's adding, right? So we really don't need to wait for that. What we're going to do is we're going to go for NYDC. We're going to select that from left click. So it says here completed, which is good. So we're going to go to left click, and we're going to right click on NYDC. What we're going to do, we're going to add the Esxi2 to the NYDC data center. So we're going to click add host again. Right? Okay, so Mahe shows a screen here. So that screen is saying that cannot connect, contact the specified host. My Esxi1.myhumber.local, the host may not be available, so yeah, try to ping as safe says. And if you still cannot, then don't use the name. First try to just remove the domain name, just put MAHYESXI1 only, and then try. If that also doesn't work, then DNS is somehow not configured correctly, or the name in the DNS is wrong, or it's different from the name in the Esxi hypervisor host directly. So in that case, use an IP address for now. Yeah, so Mamelo, it's you can show the error. If is the error saying that it's the credential issue, or is it something else? If it says credential, then yeah, you have to remember the password. But if it's saying something else, then you can show the license issue. Save. What? No way, man. We just started, right? But you can share the error screenshot, and then I could see. Namal says cannot complete login due to an incorrect username or password. Oh. So, well, if it's password is not accepting, then you have to remember that, Mamelo, because nobody else can help you with that. We can only help you to guess the password if it's username password, but it's root and whatever the password you gave during the installation of Esxi. Okay, so Xiang server 02. So Xiang, you can try to connect with the open the browser and try to log in again. And what's the unknown workgroup? What? Okay, guys. So in WhatsApp, it's showing this. No, Xiang, did you wait? Because if it is too slow, it's gonna show that after some time. So just wait for it. It will hopefully load the domain. Sometimes it shows that slow if the machine is too slow.
I waited for it's still similar. I restarted again and waited for a while, and can see the first time is initializing,
Yes.
and then I try to refresh it, and then finally give us the same error, 500 SSO error. I don't know why. I checked the local host. Work group is so it's unknown, and I clicked it, and now it's so computer name and a domain. Which is I think it is fine, but I still cannot connect to.
Okay, so
This
before it was showing workgroup, then it showed the domain, which is okay, but now it's still giving you SSO error. So
yeah.
Xiang, did you check the services?
The service?
Can you follow?
Yeah.
So guys, you can just try to add those who know what to do. You can go ahead and add this Esxi as well. So let me just show you. Xiang, can you follow this? See this? Right click here and type run.
Yep.
Click run. And then can you type services?
On the server one, right?
Yeah, server 2.
Run, yeah.
And then, so I typed here services.msc. I'll
Okay.
add here in WebEx as well.
Okay. Service.ms.
So it's services.msc, right? This one which I just put in WebEx. Services, just check your spelling.
Yeah.
Then press OK.
Yes. Yes.
So you should see this.
Yeah. Service management.
I'm
Yeah.
expand that. See this? Expand.
Expand.
And then click the
Okay.
startup type.
Startup
Once
type.
only.
Yeah.
That's it. And then slowly go down.
Sub up type and
Just once click. So automatic should show. Automatic showing.
which one?
Automatic showing.
Yeah.
Okay. So just slowly going down. Start going down slowly, just like I'm doing. Start going down. Here is that. But until you see this VMware here, right?
Yeah.
So if you see all VMware, then on the right side, every VMware service should be having a status of running, right? Until VMware vCenter configuration, this one. If any one of them is not showing running, then right click on that and click the start button. All are showing running?
Yeah, VMware are all running.
Okay, then you're good actually. So if all the VMware related are actually running, then you're good. And they're automatic and they're running all, right? So then we can close this because it's not about services. You can just close all the browsers and then go here.
Close browser.
Close browser. Then go here.
Yeah. Let me close browser.
Yeah.
And go to
the Windows icon here in the machine, server 2.
Yeah.
And then you just have to go down and check there where is the VMware written.
VMware. Okay.
When you click that, you should see this Vmware Vsphere Webclient.
Okay.
Then click that,
Okay.
and it should open in a browser. Let it open and then wait for 5-10 minutes maybe, or even now.
VMware and the VMware Vsphere Web Client. Okay. Open this one. And yeah, it's a Chrome starting up. Okay. And then get a same error.
Same SSO.
Yeah.
Okay, if SSO is coming back again and again, hopefully... Did you log in from that successfully before?
Yes.
Before the RAM change?
Before the RAM? Yeah. Yes.
So you were able to take a screenshot as well?
Yeah, I didn't take a screenshot, but I did actually log in with Vsphere.
Oh, hey, you don't need marks, right? Because I'm giving marks for those screenshots.
But I know, yeah, I need mark. Actually, I just get so much trouble. I didn't have time. I cannot follow you.
Okay.
So you said you can allow us to, close the videos and do it later. So.
Because if it's saying SSO again and again, then then we have to check what is the error and what is missing. Normally, it's the slowest hardware. Sometimes the hardware is too slow and it's just not starting one of the services in the background. Normally, what happens is even in the services, you see every service is running. You will see that running even when you log in for the first time, right? While we know that we have to wait 10 minutes. So normally they show running, but in the background, some of the services are still not running. So we keep refreshing the browser. That's one thing. And second thing is you can also do one final thing here, and that is, see this, go to the Chrome here.
Chrome, okay.
And in the bookmarks, you can delete the whole history. If you go to more tools.
Yeah.
More tools.
I did that.
Your browsing history?
Yeah.
Okay, oh man. Okay. Then I would just restart once more. I don't know, it's not starting, and if it gives third time, if you were logged in once correctly and it's not logging you again, then I have to Google that too. What's wrong specifically with this machine? Otherwise, it's just too slow that it's still not letting you. Maybe you have to wait 20-25 minutes instead of 15 minutes. Because if once it logs in,
soon our website to reinstall reinstall it with the vCenter again. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, restart just the server 2.
Yeah, I restart 2 times.
Oh, 2 times. Then you have to wait much longer because I think your the hardware is not starting up fast. Maybe you don't have SSD. You have HDD.
SSD.
Oh, it is SSD. Ouch. So it should start, but right now we need to Google it as well, that what went wrong. Otherwise, normally it seems like still that it's not getting enough RAM. Yeah, you can just try to shut down with Esxi One. Just shut down Esxi One and Esxi 2 to free up some more RAM. What you can do is that shut down server 2, Esxi 1, Esxi 2, shut down all 3 machines. Just keep server 1 up, and then give a lot of RAM to server 2 again, just to check that does it even log in or not. If it logs in with more RAM, then yes, you just have to wait until whenever it decides to start. It's just too slow with
You
8
mean
GB RAM.
even
Yeah.
server one? I need to set up the domain one, the server one.
Server 1 should be up.
Only,
Shut down.
only server two,
Yeah,
right?
server 1 should
Only
be up.
shut down server two.
Server 1 is up right now.
Yeah, server one is running.
Never
Yeah.
shut down server 1. Yeah, never shut down server 1.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying
Okay.
is that shut down ESXi1 and ESXi2 and then just restart server 2 and check if more RAM is given, because more RAM will free up, right? So just shut down ESXi1, ESXi2 and then go for server 2.
Yeah, but the server one, the EXI, EXI 1 and 2 is all shutting, is the power off now.
They're off and still it's
So
not starting?
yeah, currently it's only server 1 and server 2. The EXI 1, EXI 1, 2 is shutting down.
Now, and so again, guys, the problems do come. My suggestion is that if you're having issues, don't worry about uploading it today. You can still follow up during the week, but if we don't complete the lab because of the issues, then everyone will be affected by that, and nobody will have. Some of the labs we have to sacrifice obviously at the end of the class because we will not have enough time. So my suggestion is that try not to really solve the problem and stop the class. Otherwise nobody will get the whole lab as well, right? So, but if it's a quick problem, yes, you can ask. But if we wait and giving option, then obviously at the end you will lose some of the labs that we won't be able to do that, right? Time will finish. But I hope you can all, in last course they just said, hey, show us the demo. Those who are having issues, they did not give me, they did not stop the class that much, so we were able to cover many of the big labs. This way we are just slow, and it will be affecting you, and you won't have complete labs there, right? So my suggestion is be patient and give it your, during the week just finish it, but see the whole lab first, right? How it is done. Okay, that's my just suggestion, and I'm just gonna go for the second one here, hostname or IP address, and I'll just put my username, password. Well, I'm on DNS here. I'm gonna double click that and grab the full ESXi name here and go for that name. So the name of the ESXi and the full domain name. Otherwise, if it's not adding, just use the IP address, right? And click next. So root and the password here. And next, so it just says shows a self-signed certificate. This is not a IPv6. This is not IPv6. This is the certificate thumbprint, right? So and it says that this is a self-signed certificate. Is that the correct one? Yes, we know that this is the correct one because we put the correct name there in the pack. So we can press yes here and ignore this warning. Okay, so here it shows your first name is ESXi2 here, and this is okay. If you read this screen, this means your vCenter is connected to your ESXi2. And I'm just gonna click next, finish, right? So it's next here. It says the license expires in 60 days. Next, and then there is normal lockdown policy must be on normal. This is a security best practice. And then click next. And NYDC here, I'm going to click next. And then I'm going to click finish. So the second host is also added now, and I understand that problems can come, and you can ask quick configurations there as well. and then try to troubleshoot during the week as well. Just upload the screenshots there, and then I can give you on WhatsApp, and many others can help you with troubleshoot as well, right? But if we have a finished lab, then only it's beneficial for everyone. Yeah. Yeah, Mamilo.
We are adding both data center to EXSI2, right?
Oh, it's the opposite of that. We are adding both hosts to the data center. So Tor DC will have E6i1, and Android DC will have E6i2.
Oh.
Okay, so E6i1 goes to Tor DC, E6i2 goes to NYDC, and once it is added, then we need to just check it out that, okay, if I expand the hypervisor here, so I can see one virtual machine here. If I expand the second hypervisor here, so there is no virtual machine there because we didn't create one, right? So there are these two hypervisors here that are available. Now we need to just understand one thing here, that how is our network look, how is our configuration of the vCenter looks like. So we have two data centers created here, right, in this server 2, and then we have added the two hypervisors. So these two hypervisors have been introduced to the vCenter. Now vCenter knows, oh, these are the two hypervisors that I need to manage from now on. Okay, thank you. But that's not all. The minimum best practices based environment would be that the SAN disks, these LUNs, this shared disks over the network, they have to be mapped to the hypervisors as well. And we may have talked about the benefit of that. The disks, the first disk or LUN has to be attached to both hypervisors. The second disk, or a shared disk over the network, or LUN or logical unit number, has to be attached to the second hypervisor. Each disk will be attached to both hypervisors. Suppose you had 200 hypervisors instead of 2. Then you have to attach that one disk to all 200 hypervisors, second disk to all 200 hypervisors, third disk to all 200 hypervisors. Suppose we had 200 hypervisors, right? So then there is, oh yeah, hypervisor is equal to ESXi. Exactly. ESXi is a hypervisor. So these three disks that we created have to be attached to both the hypervisors, because the benefit is huge. We can do vMotion, we can keep the disks. Suppose you create a virtual machine. We talked about we had that whole discussion last class, so I'm just going to be quick about that. If you just create a virtual machine, its virtual disk should be created on top of a shared disk or LUN. So that disk, this virtual disk, is actually not on ESXi1. Where is it? When you create that through ESXi1, it is actually created here. So this means that if the hypervisor goes down, you still have this virtual disk safe at the Esxi SAN level, right? So that is the benefit of having. And the second thing is, only virtual machine migrates from one hypervisor to another. The virtual disk never moves. This means that it will migrate real fast, while it will have no disconnection here from its virtual disk, because this virtual disk is on top of a LUN, data store, and then LUN, and that LUN or shared disk is attached to both hypervisor 1 and hypervisor 2, or ESXi host 1 and ESXi host 2, right? So that's what's going on. This is something that we need to try here, right? So now what we need to do is we need to attach the first, second, and third disk. And last time I had mentioned one more thing here, and I'm sure many of you would remember. Target offers disk over the network, and initiators request disks over the network, right? So if I ask you again that in this diagram, which machine or machines are target and which machine or machines are initiators? Anyone knows which machines are target and which machines are initiators?
Hypervisor is the initiator, and server 1 is the target. I mean the SAN.
Very good. Okay. Exactly. So Jiang says server 1 target ESXi initiator. Oh, very good. Dipshika and that channel also exactly same. So very good, guys. Yes, target is offering the disk, and initiators are ESXi1, ESXi2. Exactly. Very good. So let's go ahead and go to the initiators, and then through the vCenter, we're going to map these Esxi SAN disks or share disks over the network, or LUNs or logical unit numbers. We're going to map that here on ESXi1 and ESXi2. So how do we do that? Here, I'm inside Hypervisor. I'm just going to make it full screen, right? Full screen. So in full screen, what we okay, so there's a picture there, and that is, yes, Orang, this is correct. If it's the correct spellings, yes, this is correct. This is a correct way. The spellings, you can check if they're correct. Okay, so
Thank you.
So here, guys, if we go for ESXi1, so just select ESXi1 here, select ESXi1, and then on the right side you can see getting started, summary, monitor, configure, permissions, VMs, resource pools, data stores, networks. So these are one by one. Obviously, we're going to be exploring all that, but what we can do is we can click that configure tab here. So your first hypervisor, ESXi1, and configure tag. That's where we're going to be visiting a lot, this hypervisor. So here, configure, and then you can see here there is storage, there is networking, and if we go further down here, there is virtual machines, and if you go further down, there's system, right? And there's a lot of features there per hypervisor. Same, this is what we're looking at inside ESXi1. ESXi2 are exactly the same features here as well. So I'm just gonna go scroll up. Now ESXi1, configure, and storage adapters. That's where we're supposed to be. Why are we here? Because we are about to connect over the network from ESXi1, from server 1 to ESXi1 and 2, the storage, the disks that they're offering. So for that, we need to go for storage adapters. You've heard network adapters, you've heard sound adapters, but this is storage adapters. So the network cards or the storage adapters that help us connect over the network the disks that are being offered by server 1 Software SAN. So Orang, press yes here. Orang, press yes. Okay, so storage adapters here, and now if you are on this storage adapters, then there's a plus sign here, right? There's a plus sign here. So once we click the plus sign, it tells us, it asks us two things. Hey, do you have a software fiber channel over Ethernet FCOE adapter? Do you have fiber optic cables in your network? Are your hypervisors connected to fiber optic cables with HBA network cards that support fiber optic connections? And then you have fiber optic switch there, and then your SAN should support, they always support fiber optic cabling They have those connectors there. So no, we do not have fiber optic because it's very expensive, first thing. Second thing, it's a training environment. We don't have that. So then it says, oh, then you must have this software iSCSI adapter. Now iSCSI protocol works on Ethernet cabled network as well. It works on that. So if you don't have very expensive $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 fiber channel equipment, then you are you have to just go for software iSCSI adapter. It can let you connect over Ethernet network as well. It's going to be obviously slower than fiber channel, but you'll be okay. You will still have that over the network shared disks available, right? So what we're going to select is this software iSCSI adapter. So once we press the software iSCSI adapter, then you can press O and K. Go ahead and press OK. So what it does is it adds an adapter, software iSCSI adapter, which will help us connect this hypervisor, to the server 1 based software SAN. So what I'm going to do is, since you click that yes, now you have to carefully scroll down here. Scroll down. There's VMHBA 64. There's VMHBA 0 here. But if you scroll down at the bottom, what you should see is this. So Orang, it's okay to add both hypervisors. One hypervisor was supposed to be in TorDC. One hypervisor was supposed to be in NYDC. But it's okay. I mean.
So can I delete that one? I know I did wrong.
Okay. You don't have to delete. You can right click on ESXi1 and you see this? What I'm doing on the screen? Right click here on ESXi1 or whichever is the one, and you can put this move to. Right, Aaron?
Okay, move to
Once you click the move to
TorDC.
then the destination is TorDC. In your case, just select this and press OK. It will move to that one.
Okay. So ESI1 should be in TorDC and ESI2 in New York DC. True?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So what we're doing here is, guys, so if you have gone way down here, you should be seeing VMHBA65, which is corresponding to 6.5 version of this vCenter. VMHBA65 should be there under iSCSI software adapter. How will you get that? It will be way down here, right at the bottom. So this is the adapter. Go ahead and select that. You have to select this. This adapter will help you connect the 3 disks from the target to this initiator, right? This is the adapter that will help you over the network request those disks. So I'm gonna select that VMHBA65. Once I've selected that, then I can go see this properties, devices, paths, targets, network port binding, advanced options. But we see a familiar term here, targets. So this adapter is saying, hey, through this adapter, do you want to connect to any target? We know that we created a target on server 1, right? So VMHBA65 here and targets. I'm going to select the target here because I need to connect this. This initiator need to request disks from server 1, which is our target, where we configure the target. So once you click target, there is dynamic discovery and static discovery. We're going to stick to dynamic discovery. It's going to automatically check the target, right? It's going to automatically discover the target. So I'm going to click add here. I'm going to click add here. Mahe, check the VMnet as well, or hopefully they are VMnet 15 both. Okay, so I'm just going to click add. So when we click add, it's just simply asking, hey, give me the name or IP of the target server. Anyone knows? Well, we all know which server is the target server, right? So we can give a name, but better give IP address 192.168.200.1, right? 192.168.200.1. Orange, click the click the green plus button, but what is it showing here? Network proctored for? What is this? No, orange, select the ESXi1 first. Orange, select the ESXi1 first on the left side. Then come here. On this side, select ESXi1. Then come to configure.
Okay. Then okay.
Then should be selected and then plus sign.
So right now when I came to configure, so should I press the green sign or?
Yeah, if you click configure after selecting the ESXi, then click the plus sign, green plus sign.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
And what are you selecting there? The first one.
There is, when I press the green sign, it gives me software ISCI adapter and software FCO.
So
Wrong?
ISCSI, iSCSI. Select that. And press
Okay.
yes.
It said counselor. Okay. Okay. You should go for break. You know, it's late. Till I want to catch up, you guys. So, okay. So then what should I do?
And then, where are you? Then you have to really scroll down. Oh, let me show you that. So now you should see this screen, right? So scroll.
Yes.
You should be up there. So just scroll down to the bottom here until you see this.
Okay.
VMHBA.
Yes.
65.
Yes.
Then go ahead and select that and then click target.
Yes.
And then click add. That's where we are.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Now I can catch you up. Okay. Thank you.
So 192. We need to put here the IP or name. We're gonna go for IP of the server 1. Why server 1? Because it offers. We have configured the target there, and that target is offering us 3 disks. 192.168.200.1. This is giving us the 3 disks, right? Oh, very good, Xiang. Very good. You're in. Congratulations. Very good. So guys, just go ahead and press OK here. So Xiang, the rest is that you need to wait for the video because we have gone very far, but very good. You have not given up and you went on, continued to, do the troubleshooting. On the other side, Mahe is troubleshooting, Saf is helping. Very good. I salute you guys for not giving up and catching up, and Orang also caught up with us, so very good. All you guys are very good. So, but we are so far now. So yeah, just try to understand that and then follow the video as well. So guys, here what we need to do, this orange message is here, right? Orange line. Due to recent configuration changes, a rescan of this storage adapter is recommended. If you see that, this is the small magic button that's gonna rescan your whole storage connected to this hypervisor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this rescan button here. Rescan button here. So I'm just gonna click rescan here, and it says scan for new storage devices. It says scan for new VMFS volumes. We say just scan everything and let us know if we got connected to those 3 disks or not. So I'm just gonna press OK here now, right? So, well, it did scan something. Where is that something? So if you go to the left side under the storage adapters, you should see this storage devices, right? So let's click that storage devices. And in the storage devices, you should see 3 extra disks starting with the name MSFT. MSFT iSCSI disk, MSFT iSCSI disk, and if you scroll to the right side further, MSFT iSCSI disk. So 3 lines showing starting with MSFT. If you see those, you can see also the size there is 399, 399. This means there are 400 GB disks that we created in server 1 that have been successfully mapped to the Hypervisor 1. So one initiator got the 3 disks. I hope everyone is seeing those disks, and this is good. We were able to map first hypervisor with the 3 disks coming from over the network, right? And we need to do all these same steps in Hypervisor 2 as well, right? So I'm going to go to Hypervisor 2 now. So select that Hypervisor 2, and you can see right now in that same area in Hypervisor 2, there we don't see those 3 disks whose names start with MSFT, right? So we're going to do the same steps. Obviously, we're going to go to storage adapters first in Hypervisor 2 or ESXi2 here. I'm going to go to storage adapters, right? Then I'm going to click plus sign here. And then I'm going to click Software iSCSI Adapter, right? So it's the same steps now. So on SCSI, yeah, just press OK here. It's just going to add this adapter that will help us connect to the target. So I'm going to press OK here. And then go down, 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 down. Just scroll down to the bottom until you see VMHBA65. VMHBA65. Once you select VMHBA65 here, then there is targets, right? So in the targets, we're just going to keep it dynamic discovery and click add. And then hopefully we all know that what to do here. Just put the IP of the server 1, which is having our software SAN 192.168.200.1, right? So press O and K. And once you press OK, the final thing is it says that you need to rescan. So there's a very small button here called rescan. So click that button, press OK. So it says here scan for new storage devices, scan for new VMFS volumes. So I'm going to press O and K again. Now, do we see the 3 disks here as well? So I'm going to click the storage devices for ESXi2 or Hypervisor 2. So storage devices, and we see MSFT line starting iSCSI. So this is, you can see in the column LUN 0 and then LUN 1 if you scroll down, and then LUN 2, right? So if you see 3 lines, this is good. We were able to add, initiators were able to map the LUNs or share disks over the network from the server 1, which is the target. So that's good, right? Okay, if we were able to do that, then what? Now, obviously, let me just go back to the diagram. Oh, well, guys, this will be screenshot number 4 and 5, right? Screenshot number 4 and 5. So 4 and 5. So go back to server ESXi1. Go back, select the ESXi1, and keep this storage devices view in the configure storage devices. And on the right side, you know, at least 2 of the 3 MSFT should be showing there. Either you can go click the column by name. If you click by name, so all are showing there, or click the column again by name here, or again by name. Anyway, so if two are showing, that's okay. So screenshot number 4 is added the LUNs to Esxi1. Added the LUNs to Esxi1. So screenshot number 4, added the LUNs. Where's the storage adapter? Okay. Oh. Well, you can Mahi, you can select the hypervisor and then click the configure and then green plus sign. So select the hypervisor, whichever you want to add, and then go to the right side, configure, and then storage adapter, and then plus sign. So wow, very good, amazing. Okay guys, so screenshot number 4 is this. So I'll just go for, and screenshot number 5 would be obviously the other one, the Esxi2 LUNs added from to Esxi2. So I'm just going to take a sample screenshot here and go for screenshot 4, LUNs added to Esxi1. LUNs added to Esxi1, screenshot 4, LUNs added to Esxi1. I'm going to put the screenshot here. And screenshot 4 equals LUNs added to Esxi1. So sample screenshot is there. And then I'm going to go for the second sample screenshot. I'm going to click the Esxi2 and the same view there for storage devices where MSFT 2 of the 3 are showing, that's good. And take the screenshot number 5 there for LUNs showing to Esxi2. Screenshot 5, LUNs showing to Esxi2. Screenshot 5, LUNs showing to Esxi2. So 2 sample screenshots are there on OneNote and WhatsApp. So what's next? Ta-da! So we have reached till this, that we were able to create, map the LUNs or share disks to both the hypervisors. Each of the disks are attached to both of the hypervisors, right? So that is good. And what we can do next is, we need to actually make those LUNs usable. So okay, anyway, so I'll just I'll create another diagram here. So we have this now. Actually, we still don't have this, so I'll go for that diagram where we don't have ones with data stores. Okay, I'll go for that. Okay, here. So yeah, first thing is that this Esxi1, Esxi2 is here, and there's LUN 0, LUN 1, LUN 2, right? So these 3 are connected, but a virtual machine, we already may have talked about that before, that a virtual machine cannot use a raw disk, other than there's one exception, is that is RDM feature. But right now, what we understand is If you need to create a virtual machines, virtual disk on a LUN based data store or on a LUN, so you cannot create that directly on a LUN. You have to have a data store on top of that disk for the virtual machine to really use that storage. If you want these big disks that are coming from over the network to be used by virtual machines, and we need to this because this is the professional way to do it, so in that case you have to create data stores on top of these three LUNs. So one data store on LUN 0, one data store on LUN 1, and one data store on LUN 2. Why we create data store? It formats the disk with VMFS file system, which is VMware file system, and then it creates a partition that is called data store, so virtual machine can use this disk. If the data store is not there, the LUN is not usable by the virtual machine, right? So this is what we need to do. We need to create data store 1. Data store, we can actually put a good meaningful naming convention here for the data store that we are about to create on top of each LUN. So data store 1, data store 0. So see this, how the name is going here? The name we can put here SRV1 when we are creating the data store. I'm going to show you how, but the name will be SRV1, so that this LUN is actually coming from server 1, right? So the name SRV1, DS0, data store 0, and then on which LUN is this data store created? It is created on LUN 0. So we're going to name that data store or number that data store as 0 because it's being created on the LUN or the shared disk over the network as 0. Then SRV1 DS1 LUN 1, then SRV1 DS2 LUN 2, right? So then we will know that which data store is actually on top of which LUN here. So that's why we're putting the naming in such a way. Okay guys, so let's create data stores, one data store on one LUN, and then after that we're going to create a virtual machine on top of that to check that if the virtual machine doesn't give an error. If it doesn't give an error, it gets created successfully, it powers on. This means that our full software SAN configuration, the mapping, and the data store was all correct. If the virtual machine on top of that works fine, right? So let's go back to our environment, and there, what we need to do. So now we need to create data stores. Where do we do that? You can see that we're in the section called here hosts and clusters, this one, right? Hosts and clusters, or ghosts and cluster, like from Halloween. Okay, so here then there is virtual machine VMs and templates here, and then here it's storage, and then here it is networking. So here in storage we need to go, right? So let's click the storage. Once we click the storage here, so now it will show only the storage or the data stores here. Okay. No, definitely. So there's an error showing license not available to perform the operation. License file download. So Saf, you also got this, and how did you get rid of that license error that I seen? Do it again, it will work. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Saf. Wow, amazing. So okay, let's keep going, and here, so we see Tor DC, right? So if you expand, go ahead and expand NYDC and Tor DC. Tor data center, Toronto data center, and New York data center, right? So what you see is data store 1, data store 1. Now these are the default data stores that were created in Hypervisor 1. It's not showing in this view, it is not showing Hypervisor. It is only showing the data store that was created inside the Hypervisor or the Esxi One here and Esxi 2. When the data store is created, it's just named, the default data store is named automatically data store 1 for Esxi 1 and data store 1 for Esxi 2, right? Suppose you have Esxi 3, it will still be, the first data store will be data store 1, Esxi 4, first data store will be. But what are these data stores? I mean, like, no, where are these located? So see this, you have a local disk here, right? Local physical disk. So this data store 1 is actually created on top of a local physical disk. So it's not recommended to create any virtual machine on top of that. Why? I think we all know why. Because if this server goes down, it will take down whatever virtual machine is created on this local data store called data store 1. So now we have the best practice configured, which is the data stores or the LUNs are coming from SAN. So on top of that, we're going to create data store. So, but what I'm just trying to write here is that the default data store on a local physical disk is called data store 1, or its name is data store 1. So we need to avoid that for future virtual machine creation. We're going to create all of future virtual machines here on this data stores. So I'm going to go back here and let's go to TorDC here in the storage view and right click on the TorDC and okay, so here we're going to go to new storage. We're going to go to storage and then new data store. We're going to go to storage and then new data store here, right? So once we click the new data store, then this wizard starts. Which VMB? Dang. So we went for this storage and then TorDC. We selected TorDC.
Yes, I'm trying to catching you up, and I'm stopping at the storage configure and the storage adapter, and the SCSI, right? We just select SCSI adapter. Yeah, and then what's the next? Is there some VHL?
See this?
Yep, and storage adapter and okay, which one? The 65. Okay, and then okay,
and then add.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then the IP off.
IP off.
First server. So if you click the add, then type the IP of server 1, 192.168.200.1.
Okay.
Press OK.
The server one, the IP address, right?
And we have to do exactly the same thing on server 2, Esxi2 as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, very good. And let's go ahead, guys. Oh, well, where were we? Yeah, so here in storage, we're going to go for TorDC, right click, and then go to storage. And then we went for new data store. In new data store, we can click next. So which type of data store we need to create? It says VMFS, NFS, VVol. So VMFS or VMware file system, it supports all the advanced features of VMware. Obviously this one we're going to select. Then NFS, network file system. If you run out of space on SAN LUNs and then you have some Linux machines there, on the Linux machines disks also you can create the data store. It is Linux compatible. And then vVol or virtual volumes are created on top of the SAN. If you have expensive SAN, then it is created on top of that. So VMFS, we're going to keep it selected and click next. So here, guys, it's going to get tricky here, but easy. So first of all, it says select a host. First, let's select a host. So once we select the host, it only shows me Esxi One, because in TorDC, Toronto Data Center, we only have Esxi One, right? So I'm going to click this Esxi One. Now it shows you all the 3 LUNs or shared disks over the network, right? And so if you have seen those disks there, you have to select that, okay, this data store whose name you're about to put there, on which LUN are you creating this data store now? So as per the diagram, we're gonna select what? LUN 0. Just select 0. It doesn't have to be that way. We're just going, properly or in an organized manner. So I'm gonna, we have to carefully put that name there, right? So where is the LUN coming from? SRV1, server 1. It's coming from server 1, or whatever name you want to give, S1, SR1. So what is the name of the data store that you're going to give? DS0, data store 0. On top of which LUN are you creating this data store 0? LUN 0. So that's how we can give a meaningful name. So by seeing the name, we will know right away that this is data store 0 and it is created on top of LUN 0, right? So I'm gonna also copy this, right click it, or just Control C it. Right click is not working, Control C, copy, Control V, paste. So you have to select a LUN and you have to give a name. That's it. If you have done this, then click next. And then it says, hey, you want to go for VMware for backward compatibility. Maybe you have older vSphere environments as well, vCenter. But yeah, we're going to stick to VMware 6 and click next. And then it shows you this option here. Use all available partitions. Data store size is, do you want to have full data store size, or do you want to use just half of the disk, or just 25% of the disk, or you want to use the full LUN there? So this is where you can select the size of the store, data store. Well, we're selecting the whole of the LUN, the full disk there, right? And we're going to create data store on top of full disk, but we can create half of it as well here, and then we can expand that later as well. And then there's a block size here, 1 MB, and space reclamation granularity. So block size is 1 MB is okay. There is no other option actually, and this is just blocks and sectors the disk is divided into, and then the data is placed in many blocks there spread across the disk. So it's okay. And then space reclamation granularity is just that it can reclaim space automatically which is not being used. So for example, you have created 10 virtual machines today and they have been all placed on this data store, 10 virtual machines, right? So later you deleted 6 virtual machines. So some of the files related to those virtual machines may not have been deleted even after the delete of the virtual machine. So in that case, it starts reclaiming that space and starts deleting unused files there that are temporary files, temp files that is known by VMware. So it starts reclaiming and pretty much cleaning up the space for the next virtual machines to be deployed. So yes, Jiang, it is VMHBA65. You're right. You're correct. VMHBA65 is correct. Then go to targets.
No, the problem is I cannot find the target in my screen. It's disappeared.
Oh yeah, where's the below the bottom window? I think, did you close some windows?
Yeah, I tried to find it out. No, there's nothing.
If you go way down, like if you go way down to this button, 0 button, no, just kidding. If you go down here, way down, there is no window?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's strange. This means that what you can try is this. Okay, let me just create that, and then I'm going to show you. You can, okay, guys, let's click next here.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's click next here and finish. So Jiang, can you go, do you see this administrator on top? Jiang, then click this and layout settings.
Layout settings. Okay.
And then make sure all 3 are selected.
Selected.
And then
Okay.
press OK. hopefully that below window comes there. If not, then sign out, sign in. So how to sign out? Like this, log out here. If that doesn't work, layout and all three should be checked and press OK. If that doesn't show you, then go for log out and log in and then try again. Okay guys, so you can see, yeah.
Sorry, Amir, I just disconnected. So we just, when we choose, what's this, data store, we just press next, just it?
We did a huge amount of options, at least 200 new options we said.
Let's search the web.
Yes.
No, it's not.
So, okay, so just next and finish. I don't know why I got disconnected.
Just search or enter web address.
Thank you. So I'm gonna just say done, okay?
Well, I'm about to show this how to create a second one, and that is the same way we create the first one.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you.
So let's right click. So guys, one thing you must have noticed that we created that in TorDC, but it appeared automatically. The same data store appeared in the NYDC as well. So why is that? ESXi2 hypervisor is connected to NYDC. ESXi1 hypervisor is connected to TorDC. So that LUN 0 is connected, same LUN is connected to ESXi1, and same LUN is connected to ESXi2. So when you create a data store on ESXi1, then it will automatically appear in ESXi2 as well. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna right click again on TorDC. Even if you create from NYDC, it's the same thing. It's gonna appear on both the data store. So I'm gonna right click again on TorDC and go to storage. So or you can follow now, and here storage and then new data store. And click next. VMFS. And click next. So here we need to first select the host. There's only one. Go ahead and select that. And so orange, you should be seeing 0, 1, 2. We have already used up 1, so we're not seeing 0. So orange, you have to select 0. The rest have to select 1. And then we need to give the name as we gave before. So SRV1, the disk came from server 1. DS, so orange, you will be typing 0 here, while the rest of us will be typing 1 here. DS1. And then it is on LUN 1. So orange, you will be typing LUN 0 here, while we will be typing LUN 1 here. So we are creating it on this LUN, and this is the name now. So we get the idea here. Let's click next. Then it's next, finish. So VMFS 6, next. Yeah, we're using up the whole space. Next. And finito. Finito. Yay. So this is the same exact way we're gonna create DS2 as well, and it should appear on both hypervisors. So I'm gonna right click this time. I'm gonna right click. Okay, let me just stick to this one, TorDC. I hope it doesn't confuse the other ones, but you can right click NYDC. It's the exact same thing. So TorDC here, I'm gonna go for storage, new data store again, right? And TorDC next. Yes, it's the VMFS. Next, we select the host first. ESXi1. Now, in our case, LUN 2 is the only last one remaining. So we're gonna select that, and we give the name again, which server the LUN is coming from. It's SRV1. And which is the data store number now, DS in our case 2, and or you should be typing 1, and then it's going to be LUN 2 for us. Okay, So it is SRV1 DS2 LUN 2 and click next. Then it is, as we know, next, finish. Next, yes, data store size full. Next, finito. Well, so the third one should be showing here by now. So that's very good. So the data stores are appearing on both hypervisors because they are on the LUNs that are attached. Each LUN is attached to both hypervisors. So that's what we need to see here. So screenshot number 6 would be all LUNs created. Okay, 3 LUNs created, not all. 3 LUNs created. So screenshot number 3 would be, 6 would be 3 LUNs created. Screenshot number 6, 3 LUNs created. Sample screenshot I'm going to take now. Screenshot 6. Okay. 3 LUNs created. Sample screenshot here. And here also. Oh. That's a nice picture. VM is restarting. Cool. Okay, target on down.
Where is it targeted? I just found its target, and the port number, it leaves the default one, or?
Port number?
Yeah, the Esxi server. So IP address and the port.
No, the port is same. Don't change the port, but IP address is 192.168.200.1.
Yeah, and their port number is 3260. It's keeps one, right?
Yeah, default. Press OK.
Okay.
Hi, Amir. Now, for me, newer data center, it shows the red, and I shared the picture. Why this is coming? This is instantly coming.
Yeah, so click refresh several times. Okay, so screenshot number 6 is also shown here. Wow, today, you know what happened? This is the first time it happened, right? We didn't take a break. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, okay. So that's.
But tell me what you need to do. I can see so there is a Esxi server IP address and port number. It shows it here. So and what is the next?
Click the
target. I added the target. The Esxi server.
Did you click the rescan?
Rescan now.
This button.
Okay.
Oh, and then you have to repeat the same thing in E6i2.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we got this, LUNs created here. So what we need to create now is the virtual machine on top of LUN DS0, so LUN-based data stores, right? Those are the data stores we should always be going for to create any virtual machines. So if I go back to the diagram, what we're going to do is that we're going to create a virtual machine, and that would be not on this one, local physical disk based data store, but on LUN. Okay, Cheng Yang, so you can refresh, keep refreshing. So we're going to create a virtual machine on top of a data store, right? All right. So let us do that. And how do we create a virtual machine? We need to go back to this host and clusters first. This option, host and clusters, right? Once you click that, then right click on Esxi One or 2, whichever. I'm just right clicking on Esxi One. So once you right click on Esxi One, then you see this virtual machine. And then you click new virtual machine. So why are we creating new virtual machine? Because we need to test that when we create a new virtual machine on top of LUN based data stores, does it work? If it works, then our whole configuration of Software SAN is good. So I'm going to click new virtual machine, and then it comes create a new virtual machine, and click next. So it will be your first name VM02, your first name VM02, right? And click next. Tor DC is okay. Okay, that's very good. Somebody's typing. Mute the mic. And then click next. So now you can see that the local physical disk-based data store is there, which we will never use, and then the LUN-based data stores are there now, on which, as a best practice, vendor best practice, we can create a virtual machine.
Amir, sorry. So this ESI1, why you put virtual machine 2 on the name?
Because we had already created VM1 in previous classes, virtual machine VM01. But if it's your first one and you're sure you didn't create before, then you can just give it VM01.
No, I have it. Thank you.
So here, Esxi One that we're selecting here, and click next. So we can just select DS1, DS0, DS2, whichever. I'm just going to go for no particular reason to DS0. We can select any other. So once you select the data store, you can see below in the compatibility window that it's showing compatibility checks succeeded. So it should be green. As long as it's green, it's a good news, right? And click next. And then it says, hey, you want to create a virtual machine with Esxi6.5, or you want to go for backward compatibility and create a virtual machine that is compatible with these older Esxi versions or VMware Workstation 12. So we're going to stick to 6.5. And click next. So guys, inside this, we're not going to install an operating system. So we're going to keep it Windows and Windows Server 2008 R2. Whatever is selected is O and K. So we're going to click next. On this page, you just need to be careful that any machine from now on we create, we will always give the RAM 1024, right? 1024. So 1024 RAM, just give that. It's already an empty machine. It doesn't even need 1 GB RAM. But we're giving 1 GB RAM here. Also, second thing is this hard disk. It has 40 size 40, which is okay. It's an empty machine, but it is on thick provision. So it's going to occupy all 40 GB on our physical disk. We don't want that. So we're going to expand that new hard disk, and this is the thick provision written there, right? So we're going to simply click that and select thin provision. Thin provision, right? So RAM is supposed to be 1024 MB, which is 1 GB, and the disk provisioning is thin provision instead of thick provision. So click next. And then click finito, right? So once we click finito here, once we click finish here, then we see in the recent tasks and it says completed. We're good. And then it's already showing in the left side as well. So that's also good, right? So what we can do is we can right click on this virtual machine and simply power on an empty virtual machine. So I'm going to right click here. So if it doesn't give an error, which it didn't, so yeah, our underlying software SAN based LAN is working fine. So I'm just going to power on the empty machine. Power on also sometimes, well, it needs some of the underlying hardware obviously and the RAM basically. So yeah, it's powering on. It gives me a green play button here, right? So it means it's good as well. So that means that our software SAN is configured fine. So we were able to create, configure the vCenter and then add the hosts and then add the software SAN, and now we were able to create a virtual machine on top of that. So this is all good. Now what we can do is, you can see that there's virtual machine 1. So how many have your first name VM01 here? Or anyone who does not have your first name VM01? Okay, so Saf has it, and hopefully everyone has it, I guess. I think we all created that, right? Okay.
Premier, can I ask you a question? You asked me to do rescan. I cannot find it.
Rescan is if I select the hypervisor, Esxi, I select the Esxi, then I select the storage adapters, then this is the one, third one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, well, many have the Esxi one. Oh, sorry, VM. Your first name VM01. Many have that, right? So if I select the VM01, go ahead and select the VM01. Then we can also select this data stores. So select the VM01 and select the data stores. So yeah, we see a local physical disk based data store 1 that was installed by default. So the best practice is not to create a virtual machine on top of data store 1. That's the best practice. But we did create that at that time, a virtual machine on data store 1. So what we can do is, as the final task for today, that we're going to move the virtual machine files, that is also called moving the storage of virtual machine. We're going to move the storage of this virtual machine away from data store 1 to the one of the 3 LUN based data store. So the best practice we need to follow in this case. So if I go for the diagram here, what we're essentially doing now is that this virtual machine is created, actually this virtual machine's virtual disk is created on the data store that is based on local physical disk. This is against the best practice. We're not supposed to create virtual machines, virtual disk on top, or put virtual disk on top of local physical disk based data store. So what we're about to do now is this. We're going to move this disk to DS0. So the virtual machine's virtual disk, or the storage files and all the files of the virtual machine, will be migrating, just the storage will be migrating from local physical disk based data store to LUN based data store, right? So hopefully we understand what we're about to do. So let's do this just to achieve the vendor best practice, right? So let's do this, and I'm going to go back here How do we do this? We can select the your first name VM01, right click it, right click the your first name VM01, and there's a migrate here. Which grade? Migrate. Oh, okay. So I'm going to click migrate, and then I don't want to change compute resource only. This means change the hypervisor from hypervisor 1 to hypervisor 2. No, and we can't do that because it's not going to support us. This is called vMotion, and we're going to later configure that lab. But we want to change the storage. Change storage only, right? So change storage only is selected and click next. And then it's only asks the destination. So it knows that this machine storage is in data store 1, which is the local disk based data store. So which is the destination? So I'm just going to go for no particular reason to DS0 here. You can select DS1, DS2, but as long as they are LUN based data stores. So DS0 and click next. So it says, oh, that's all you need, and there's a summary here. So, well, we can just click finito. So finito, right? Now, in the task, recent task, you should be seeing this. Oh wow, that was fast. Oh, okay, so it has changed to, you can see that the data store has changed to DS0. It used to be DS1, data store 1, now it's DS0. So that's good, right? So we have moved the machine from local data store to the LUN-based data store. So I guess that's it. And now you can actually, it's okay, collect your screenshots and upload, and I'll create a quick upload. So it's week 7, 2 November. So go to week 7, refresh it, and you should see upload week 7 written there. And guys, you have to suspend your machines, so it will not take forever to start the background services of vCenter for server 2. So I'm going to right click on server 2 and power and suspend. So the video will be available by tonight or by tomorrow morning, so you can just follow those who are behind. Yeah, 6 screenshots. Okay, so go ahead and suspend guest and see you next class. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey Amir, this is Etesham. So, do you remember little when earlier I told you when just at the third LUN, that time my New York DC have the alarm, but after pressing the refresh, now the alarm is going. But unfortunately, the third LUN not showing in the New York data center side, but Toronto data center side showing the third three LUN.
Whoa, that's
So
strange. I think it need more refreshes, but it's okay. You can suspend the machine now, and in next class, well, yeah.
because the third LAN is activated on the Toronto data center,
Yeah.
but on the Newark data center showing only first and
Then
second.
normally it is solved if you can. It's just it's not showing there. It is there. So sign out, sign in will work, and this will happen when you're logging in from the next class. I mean, like logging in next class, you will see that third line as well.
Yeah, I believe so because earlier when I just add there on the New York side, three LAN is there, but there is an alarm. But after pressing the refresh, now the green is coming, but with first and two LAN. Unfortunately, there is no third LAN. I just shared the picture already.
Yeah. So it's okay. I mean, you can refresh it, keep refreshing it, or sign out, sign in from administrator account, and it's gonna appear.
Okay. Yeah, I believe it will come again. Thank you. Okay. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Yeah, it is. We can suspend all machines of E6I1, E6I2. Instead of shutdown, go for suspend. Alright, thank you. Alright, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, I will try to put it tonight or by tomorrow morning. Alright, night, bye. Screenshot 3. Well, all the screenshots on OneNote and also on WhatsApp.
Hi.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, this is Tunde. Yeah, the login for the second the HTML is still not going. It's still showing me 503. I tried it again. Even now, I don't know.
Flash base is working?
But the first, yeah, the flash is okay, but the other one still.
Strange. If the first one works, then other one always works. But you can just close all the browsers and check it out. Otherwise, if Flashbase is working, that is good. You can put a screenshot 3 of whatever the error is showing there, and hopefully next class it will work.
Yes, I already put it. I made the screenshot for both of them. All right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you. Bye bye. Alright, thank you. I'll close this now. Closing the meeting.